what is going to happen tonight.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the second game of 6 in the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. You join us from an absolutely stunning La Manga ground here in Spain, where we have Scotland taking on the Netherlands. An unbelievably exciting game ahead of us. The two teams that probably look the most promising, the most challenging to go ahead and qualify and finish top of the table here. This is part of the qualification pathway for the ACC T20 World Cup, the Women's T20 World Cup in Australia in 2020. I'm Ian Leggett and I'm on commentary duties alongside former Irish international cricket player Ciara Metcalfe. How are you doing today, Ciara?
Really good. We had a lovely feed across the road and now we're back. We're waiting for some really good cricket. Both teams have been out warming up and we're just getting sorted. Both teams have been out warming up and looking well, and it appears that Scotland have won the toss and are going to field first.
Yes, Scotland have won the toss. That's 2 from 2 for Catherine Bryce. That's always a little bit of a lucky trait for a captain to win their tosses. We're just sorting out the microphone in front of us here, but this is a great game. Only the one change for the Scotland side. Hannah Rainey has come out in place of Samantha Hago, who's going to be coming in to play her first game in the tournament. The 26-year-old, very experienced cricketer for Scotland, coming in place of the 22-year-old. A fair decision. We were just discussing it there. It was a very interesting game for numerous reasons ahead of us. Scotland got off to a winning start. They got an 8-wicket over Germany. It was a very low-scoring affair. Germany put into bat 37 for 8 in their first ever T20 international fixture against in history, not just against Scotland. Low scoring, but they batted out the 20 overs. We considered that a win for them, and they certainly had a nice atmosphere around the tees at lunchtime, where they were definitely kind of almost celebratory of the occasion. But Scotland lost 2 wickets. Lorna Jack and Catherine Bryce both departed thanks to the bowling of young Emma Bargner. But Hannah Rainey, we're just looking at it. Was obviously the economy figures were pretty good for all the bowlers. A couple of maidens in there for Megan McCall and also Catherine Bryce. Hannah Rainey was the most costly of the bowlers, who went for 8 runs from her 3 overs. But I think this change was going to be happening. I think Sam Hago was going to be getting a game anyway today in this doubleheader. If you're not familiar with the format of this competition, or this is your first time tuning in to this Women's Qualifier Europe 2019, welcome. Thank you for joining us. All the games will be streamed live on YouTube and also a couple of the Facebook channels throughout the tournament. It's a great opportunity to watch some European women's cricket, and this is a pathway to the Women's World Cup. Now, you're based in Australia. How exciting of an opportunity is this, Ciara?
This is really exciting. The ICC Women's Global Qualifier then will be in Scotland from the 31st of August to the 7th of September, with Scotland, Ireland, Bangladesh, Thailand, USA, PNG, Zimbabwe and the person who qualifies here at this competition. There's a lot to play for, and then I suppose the final 2020 World Cup in Australia, which I know at the moment has already been built up, and it's really they're shaping it into a fantastic tournament. So it's all to play for here, and it is an absolute beautiful day.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. If anyone knows La Manga well, knows the training facilities, and knows what a gorgeous place this is to play cricket in Europe. We're surrounded by wonderful kind of little hills and the kind of rough terrain that you expect in this region of Europe, of this region of Spain. We've got the apartment blocks up on the top there. Ciara makes a face as I'm waxing.
I like the rough terrain.
Rough terrain, thank you. Thank you very much. But it's a stunning place, and it's an absolutely gorgeous day. It was very windy this morning, and the wind is still around here as we just look over to our right of this commentary position, and we see plenty of fans. And you just see on the screen there the Netherlands team, very young team indeed, in a huddle there Lots of youth there. I'm going to probably say the average age is around 20. We have 19-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and a 28-year-old in there as well, with Denise van Deventer probably going to be opening the bag for the Dutch side. But this is an incredibly exciting game, and these guys will meet again. So they will play each other. The way this format works is each side will have a double-header day. And this is Scotland's double-header day, and then they shall be playing tomorrow, take a rest day, and then the sides will all meet again on the final day of action, and it will be essentially winner takes all. But Scotland, it is important to say, have already qualified for the global qualifier as they are host, but they will obviously be looking to win this tournament and get all the confidence they can get going into that tournament. But the Netherlands possibly causing an upset today.
Yeah, Scotland will also be looking to qualify for the 50 over competition, which will be in 2021. There's qualifying happening with that as well at the moment, so there's lots to play for, and I suppose getting some momentum going into that competition that they're hosting, along with Holland if they qualify. Over to the right over here I can see Germany. They've stuck around, they're going to watch again. That's so valuable for Germany. Just keep on building on this morning's play and just watch and I suppose pick up any tips they can that they can improve over the week. The umpires are just walking out now, and we'll just confirm the opening batters, which looks like Stair Callis. Just the numbers are very hard to see, Ian.
They are. They've not made it easy for us commentators, have they? I'm not sure that was their specific aim when they were designing the kits here. It's a gorgeous. I was actually just admiring the Dutch kit as there's a loud cheer from the Scotland tent. Just to our left here as they're gathering in a huddle as we see the opening batsman there. Just all in a huddle there. Well, there they are, all ready to go. As we see a couple saltires and line rampants placed around strategically, I think, for the cameras here. That's very good work, British Scotland fans, I will say. But right behind the wicket, there's the orange bunting of the Netherlands and a big Dutch flag at each end there, proud as punch, I'm sure, as they arrive. And the opening batsman just walking out to the middle now. Very exciting game in prospect. And we just see Stair Callis there, number 24. She's just 19-year-old, bags of experience, and she's just fixing her pans. We're just going to see who the other opening batsman is for the Netherlands. Wow, I'm very excited for this game, Kira. Very, very excited indeed.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how Scotland, they had a little challenge this morning, and then we've had a break. You know, you're digesting your food, you're getting yourself back up, getting your head back in the game, and out here to perform against the Dutch, who would be fresh, with, you know, not having a game this morning. I feel the Scottish could have been up a little bit more and around, you know, and about in the field, but they'll have to start here with better lines, better length, and really challenge these opening batters.
Well, this is a lovely sight, and one that's very familiar to people that have watched the Scotland women's sides around the world, as Heather Seegers will also be the opening batsman as well. For the Netherlands, we have Flower of Scotland being sung out by some family members of the Scottish Wildcats team, just on the boundary edge there as the Scotland team make their way onto the side. Bags of enthusiasm here. Like you said, it was a very interesting game of cricket for numerous reasons. Early low scoring, and obviously the German side very inexperienced compared to the Scotland side. But I think Scotland will need and require far more energy in the field, and will need to strike early when you have the likes of Stair Callis at the crease. Anything can happen, and possibly a big score could come on in these 20 overs. But we're just going to see who's opening bowling, and it will be Captain Catherine Bryce bowling from the pavilion end of the scoreboard end here. There is no pavilion here. There is a lovely white little scoreboard as well. Very classy, very traditional. But I'll tell you what, Catherine Bryce bowled very well against Germany. Only going for 2 runs from her 3 overs, including 1 maiden. And here we go, Scotland versus Netherlands. Wow, just a dot ball to start there. Always a cautious start. Well, Stair Callis, you've played alongside Stair, haven't you? Talk about her.
I actually haven't played alongside her, but she's been over in Brisbane, playing for a club called Ipswich. Div 1, Grade 1 club. Did very well with the bat, picked up 570 odd runs, and had a good season. So she should be looking to drive this Dutch team, and certainly has the experience here to put on a score.
Well, That's the Dutch side off the mark, straight off the mark, just plays it very fine, just down the third man. Picks up a single straight off the mark. And this is Heversegas, the 22-year-old right-handed batsman for the Netherlands, now facing Catherine Bryce. Could be out here, and it could be a run out. Well, tense running so far. There was a very delayed pickup as Katie McGill on the boundary just holds her hands above her head.
I think Astaire actually thought the ball had dribbled a little bit further past the misfield.
Oh, Ruth Willis there, standing a fine leg. The ball dived on the ball. It kind of just slipped out of her hands. I think Astaire, like you said, just thought it dribbled towards the boundary a little bit. And they did sneak a single there, but there was cries to the bowler's end. Well, I'm just going to push a single there as Katie McGill does the fielding. A deep square leg. Well, nervous start here actually. I'm just you're always very interested to gauge the atmosphere at the ground at the start of a game, and it's very quiet. A bit more noise against the Germans. I think Scotland will be eager to strike early. Not let these Dutch batsmen bat in. Full delivery there from Catherine Bryce and just picked up by Muscood. Pardon me.
I think they'll have a look at the wicket as well. I'm talking to the groundsman beforehand. He said 140 would be par in this. He said he wouldn't do much. We did see a little bit of movement earlier on, but not too much.
Driven hard, and that's going to go over the head of the man at, pardon me, that in there as Sam Haggard does the collecting duty. And that's the first boundary of the day. A nice lofted drive over into mid-on and collects the first boundary well. For to end the over there. Looks like they want to get their drive on here.
I think just with the fielding restrictions for the first 6 overs, the power play, mid-on, mid-off, up, and she got under that ball, up and over, and it's a lower shot. So it was well played. They just need to keep this run rate ticking over.
As you can see on your screen there, the beautiful background of the Spanish Hills. It's a wonderful place to play cricket. Rachel Skulls will be doing some off spin here from the near end, is what we're referring to this end here. Just finds a nick in the edge there, but they run a quick single. Good vision by Heversegas. Possibly could have grabbed 2 there, but no rush at the start of this game. It's certainly off to a faster start than the German side were, but the Netherlands packed full of experience. Great cricket pedigree. This Dutch side, but these two sides very eager to both succeed possibly in the global qualifier. Well, the global qualifier will be held in Scotland like we've been saying. Arbroath and Forfarshire will be the 2 locations, 2 wonderful places to play and watch cricket. Arbroath especially. Lofted drive over the top, it's a straight hit. Muscood's going to do the collecting jobs there, just at mid-off, and collects another shot. Well, it's good to see the ambition there from the Dutch, just wanting to drive over the top and possibly find the boundary. A very slow outfield we found as well from the first game here, Kira.
Yeah, and just with that shot, she just has to make sure that she connects with that properly and gets in line with the ball. She could have sailed to the hands of the fielder there. For this bowler at the moment, they have long on down and also deep square leg.
The 2 players allowed out in the power play. Goes hard again, could have been caught. An almost fantastic attempt there by Katie McGill, diving hard to the right, just touched the hands there. Well, early chances here. I think that was not very tough, and it would have been a spectacular catch. But Katie McGill, very athletic, straight off the feet, dove hard to the right, could have been magical. Straight into the hands of Sarah Bryce there. Well, that's a nice end to the over by Rachel Skulls, just beats the batsman. Well, 11 for nothing after 2 overs there. We're just going to wait for that scoreboard to update underneath on the screen. Yes. These are the two teams that people see as possibly winning this. Just changing things away. Catherine Bryce is just changing the field settings here after possibly getting hit for 4 here. So they're going to have a... It's looking like a long off here.
Scotland have been putting in some really hard work in the last few months, and they're very determined to reach the qualifiers and then qualify for the World Cup. But I feel they must bring up their standards from where they were this morning. It's the Scottish team is better than that, and I think sometimes when you're playing a weaker team, you can nearly drop your standards, and I'm sure that's been in the conversation. There was 11 or 12 wides in the first match, and they must find tighter lines and better lengths, just because I think the Dutch are much more capable of putting away the ball.
Oh, almost just goes into the hands of Sarah Bryce's. Another little slip field there of Ruth Willis just behind the stumps, and gets unlucky just to try and collect the ball, and then just allows, given leg buys by the umpire there, just allowing another couple runs onto the scorecard.
Batters need to be ready to run those twos in. We spoke about this last week when we were in Guernsey, just forcing the fielder to miss the ball nearly, and really pushing, put them under pressure.
Off the pad there as well, Ruth Willis collecting duties. Well, that's good response there from Catherine Bryce. Just adds a bit more pace and a bit more length to that. Well, like you said, I think Scotland do need to find a couple gears, pardon me. Gives them the full toss, and
sometimes you get the full toss up like that and you lose body shape. You've nearly played the shot before you get it, or you open up your shoulders. You've just got to hold back that second longer.
So we got Becky Glenn standing at long on right now. Just one strategy there. Looked like Stair Callis was looking for that cover drive there. There was a bit of a gap through the covers, and you're going to have to be a bit more accurate than that. But yes, they are going to need to find another couple gears, Scotland, after their German performance. A little bit of disappointment not getting to bowl out Germany, considering the experience and the depth of this bowling attack as well. In Scotland, they have a handful of bowlers to pick from. Bags of experience. Makes this game all the more exciting. Slower delivery in, just a wide ball there. Well, got the Bryce sisters in action here. We also have the Seegers as well. So 2 sets of sisters on play today, and Silver Seegers number 31, Heather number 13, and it's because they both wanted the number 13, and almost a stumping there. Really quick hands by Sarah Bryce behind the stumps there, and Ruth Willis doing the collecting duties, but safely in. That's the batter, and the score now 16-0 after 3 overs. Pardon me, 17-0 after 3 overs as they ran that single at the end. Well, nervy start from both sides here, and I think the Netherlands are feeling happy with the start they've got.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll both be happy, but I definitely think Scotland will be looking to strike in the first 6. They'll want to. Yeah, they just need to get this field set right.
One thing I'm noticing so far is they're not allowing this fielding setting. It's good. They're not allowing them to settle. They've been hitting in all areas so far. So there's Rachel Scholes. Just doing a little bit off, and plays that really nicely down to third man, and that's a really nice shot. Just allowed the face of the bat, opened it up, and good running between the wickets. Picks up another 2 runs there. It's good batting, a good cricket all round. The score moves on to 19-0 in the 4th over here. There's not much a bowler can do against that, Kira. What do you think? How does Rachel Coles approach this? Is it, you've just been hit for a couple? What's the tactic now?
Just have to have where it went wrong. Is your line, your length, or just a good shot? Sometimes it's just going to be good shots, and I think that was one on that occasion. Stair Callis is well able to play the ball all around her, and they need to be careful.
Did you ever, when you were playing, did you ever applaud a good shot? Was that something in your character, in your locker?
I would the odd time, or tell them to do it again, and try get them to
Rev them up.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's that cover drive, and that's going to slide past Chatterjee. Kate McGill's doing the chasing duty here. Picks up nice. Yeah, it's a slow outfield. I think at other cricket grounds that possibly would have rolled away. But a really nice shot there by Stair Callis. She's looking in fantastic nick right now. Let's hope the commentator curse doesn't strike there, but she liked to play that one early and she just succeeded. Wants that one straight here. It's going to find the hands of Aptica. That's good, no doubt about it. We will see her appearing in the ball. She picked up a couple wickets in the game against Germany as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. Against Stair, they've got to mix it up a bit, or she'll play herself in here.
And again, just through the covers, Kate McGill's going to do chasing duties once again as the ball's just running away to the boundary. But again, it just slows up. I mean, 2 meters before the boundary, you're going to need to hit it with some force to get it over the boundary line here. And that's the over there, and a good one for the Netherlands as a cry for Scotland comes out from the supporters. Yeah, well, 23 for nothing off the 4 overs here.
I think as well how they're going about it. They're just, even if they're picking up 2s and it is a bit of a slow outfield, it's taking pressure off them, off the scoreboard. Having chats in the middle, just discussing what to do against the bowlers. There's gaps there. Maybe trying to capitalise a little bit on just only 2 fielders allowed out at the moment. There's many different tactics.
We're going to see a change of bowling here for Scotland. We're going to see an appearance of Priyana's Chatterjee from the the scoreboard end. Last time she actually bowled from the near end, she got player of the match in the game earlier, picking up 3 wickets. 3 wickets. Pardon me. Yes, no, she picked up 3 wickets for 5 runs as I just misread the scorecard in front of me there. I think it's these sunglasses, I'm sacrificing my eyesight just to look cool, possibly. I don't know.
And are you looking cool?
You tell me. You're the one sitting next to me.
Yeah, I've 2 pairs of glasses on, so I can't really judge you.
The double G's, the sunny G's with the glasses. It's a classic look, and one that Kira Metcalf rocks. I'm going to assure you, the viewers here, she's stylish right now. Now, I think this is a very sensible choice here by Catherine Rice, just changing up, and Chatterjee was looking in very good form against Germany. He was getting a little bit of movement on the ball as well. Heather Steegers to face. And a wide just to start. We've seen this a couple times actually from this end, bowlers in this end, just the ball getting past the offside. Might be something to do with maybe the angle of the pitch. Is there a foot mark there? What's the issue there? Is that just bowlers not being able to find that line? It's driven hard down the ground, but picked up really well there by Aptica Mascoud. Nice bit of fielding there at mid-off. Just stopping probably what could have run away to the boundary there. Was hit with some force.
I think on that occasion, it's the bowler not finding their line and just leaving an extra bit of width, and then also just getting too close to that wide line. We said just in the first match they bowled 11 or 12 wides, and they really need to tighten that up.
No, that's met with cheers, that delivery from the Scotland side. I think they'll be happy to see dot balls right now after the start that the Netherlands have got off to. And here in the end of the power play as well. And then they'll be allowed to spread the field out. Just the 2 fielders are outside right now, and it looks like they have a cow corner. A deep cover. Megan McCall, the 18-year-old doing fielding duties there for Scotland.
Yeah, slightly fuller ball there on the leg, and also Stairs probably in her eye line has picked up that they have a cow, and their mid wicket is slightly around, so maybe she didn't fully follow through on that shot.
just going to grab another single as McCall does the fielding duties once again at mid-on. And, well, we see Sturkalis just practicing that shot there. I think she was maybe going to try a more flamboyant pull shot there. And turned into a bit more of a slap, not more of a golf swing.
You love that word.
I do like the word slap. It's not a technically correct cricket term, but in my eyes it's
effective.
Driven hard. That's going to miss the fielder there. It's going to fall down. Well, Becky Glenn with the fielding there in the covers. I think there was a little bit of disappointment after the German game. We noticed that lunch. I think Scotland side knew they got the victory, which was the most important. Obviously, the most important thing of the day was to get that victory and make sure they obviously didn't lose to Germany. But you know, it was maybe the style and the manner they did it. But we're gonna turn 2 into 3 now. We're gonna have a guest for the first time in this tournament into the commentary box. Welcome.
Welcome, Monica.
Thank you.
Monica here.
My pleasure to be here.
From the German national cricket side. And, well, what a fantastic occasion that was. Your first ever T20 international cricket match.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
On such a beautiful day setting, it was really good. I mean, the result was not quite how we imagined it, but it's an experience. Can only go up from there.
And that's definitely something we highlighted from here. We noticed a couple of moments where there was little wins, you know, in the game for you guys, batting out the 20, getting 2 early wickets. Like there was and some individual performances as well that you can build on throughout the week.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
What do you think of these 2 teams now, Monica?
I haven't seen so much of the Dutch yet. I only just got back, but I mean the Scots are really tight in their bowling. The field setting is good, so it is quite difficult to score against them. That's what our girls said as well when they came off. So.
Well, Megan McCall doing the bowling now. Scotland here from the near end. Just going for a single for a first there. The 18-year-old, she bowled very well. Didn't pick up a wicket, but just went for 4 runs from her 2 overs, including 1 maiden. I think she'll be hoping to do the same here.
We actually mentioned when you guys were out playing that later on this summer you guys are playing France, Jersey, Norway and Austria.
Sorry, didn't.
You guys are playing France, Jersey, Norway and Austria later on in T20 internationals in July?
No, we're not.
Well, now we're not.
I don't know where you got that information.
Interesting.
We've fed some misleading information here.
Okay, well, I know who told me this, so I'll get onto them. And they're in big trouble, Monica.
No, we had thought about it. We got the invitation to that.
Okay.
But we actually, most of the players couldn't take the time off.
Okay, so that's
because we put so much time in preparation for this tournament.
Okay.
That it wasn't possible to do that as well. So.
Okay, well, this person I'm removing them off Facebook and social media. They're gone out of my life.
I'm enjoying this because Kira got embarrassed on air, and it's normally me that gets embarrassed. So
I'm sorry about
thank
that.
you so much. Yeah. Driven hard, and that's a big shot. And that's going to run away for the boundary. Oh, actually picked up by Rachel Scholes, and that just shows how slow the boundary is out here. It did a couple bounces, and any other ground that would have rolled away for 4. Rachel Scholes had enough time to do a one-handed pickup and save the boundary there.
It's quite a slow outfield. It is.
Oh, Megan McCall, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just take a second stab at this. Maybe talk us through your regional divisions.
Could be caught here, but it's going to run away. Mascou's going to do the fielding just on the boundary here. Katie Nichols does the ducking duties there, and that's really good fielding there. Just gets the 2 in. Once again.
You mean domestically?
Yes, I do, yes.
It's basically we split it into 3 regions, south, west, and the north combined east. So the teams play each other there in T20s. two per match day. And then the winners of each region go through to the finals to play the German champion.
Okay, and we believe there's someone from the German squad. Each person is on a different team throughout Germany.
Not quite,
Okay,
but they are pretty spread out.
Yeah.
So we've got every region represented in that group, in that squad.
And are you seeing the numbers grow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and more teams. We've got 2 or 3 teams who are just set up this year, who are not playing in the league yet. They are looking to play next year. The southern region is currently really strong. They have got not just the South League, but they also do in Munich just a Munich League between 3 teams or even 4 teams.
Okay.
So that's on top of the normal league.
Fantastic.
So they're really...
So that's why you being here is so important. It's a pathway up to the...
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
really, really fantastic.
Just having a look at the field settings here, as Chatterjee's going to be bowling a second over here from the scoreboard end. Allowing with more players out in the inner ring now. Got a cow corner. Mid wicket.
How much do the girls get to practice outdoors?
I mean, because really depends. I mean, now leading up to this as a national team, we started last year August. We probably did a couple outdoors and then went in the hall.
Yeah.
And did basically in the hall until the end of March, and then went outdoors. Went to beginning of May. We went to Hertfordshire for a weekend. Played 4 or 5 matches there, and 2 weeks ago we were in Essex and played 4 matches. 2 were rained off, but we got 4 matches in. So that was the best preparation because, of course, we played on grass on
Yes.
12 wickets, which we don't have in Germany.
Okay.
So that was quite good. Good preparation.
Absolutely. You're giving yourself the best chance, totally.
Yeah.
John Hart could be caught, and it's dropped. Well, dropped an extra cover there. It's a very difficult chance.
I'll definitely see it as a chance, Ian. I think that was just slightly easier maybe than the first catch that went down.
Kelly McGill dove this time to her left. She's getting cheers of encouragement there. It was half a chance, probably a fuller chance. She did get a hand to it and would have been a great catch. Missed opportunity for Scotland. Fuller delivery again by Chatterjee. Sam Hago tried to dive on the ground, and Lorna Jack's going to do the fielding there. Deep square leg, and they pick up a single. Well, you just see that opportunity, another one for Scotland, and Chatterjee could have picked up another wicket in this tournament. Half a chance for Scotland. The Dutch batsmen settling in very nicely here as they're nearing that 50 partnership.
Are
any of the girls abroad playing cricket, Monica?
One of them plays in Kent. Yeah.
Okay. And would any of them think about maybe travelling to play?
Yes.
Big shot. It's going to go for 6, and that's the first maximum of the tournament here. What a tremendous shot way over there to long on, and crowds over the boundary there. Fantastic shot. And that's a 6. 20 over.
Yeah, there are a couple of the a couple of the younger girls actually about to finish school.
Yeah.
And one of them is looking to go to New Zealand for work
Fantastic.
and travel.
Yeah.
Their previous coach, or the coach who introduced them to cricket, is a Kiwi, and he's back in New Zealand now. So they're looking to go there and do a year out. So
I actually met Eileen and Erica from Mexico Cricket and Alberto, and just again I was just saying to them about using contacts that they know, and you know, cricket family and the world it's so small, and if you contact someone and say I'm arriving over to play a season, they'll probably help you out, and I think it's a great way for...
Bowled him, and that's the first wicket. Chatterjee grabs a wicket at the end of the over here, cleans the stump out. That's off stump, almost out the ground. Well, it's difficult to say that wicket was coming. It was a strong over there from the batsman. But that is the end of Seegers. Wow, what a wicket, and what a crucial time there. 47 for 1 now, nearing on that 50 partnership after being hit for 6. What a great wicket. Didn't mean to interrupt your conversation there. It was very interesting. What a great wicket for
was a good
Scotland.
wicket, yeah.
And what a fantastic bit of bowling there for Chatterjee. And she picks up her 4th wicket in the tournament. Anyway, German cricket.
No, I'm just saying that there's a great opportunity for the girls to travel, and you know there's so many people that are willing to help out and help them gain that experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So what about in this tournament? What are the aims and the objectives for this tournament? Is it taking it a game at a time and setting these little goals, or is it have you got an end goal and a larger thing for the end of it?
I mean, of course, we want to win at least one match. So, but we take it one match at a time. So, I mean, we learn from what we did this morning, what happened this morning, and try to improve from that, and see how it goes against the Dutch tomorrow.
I think that's absolutely right, and it's great to see the girls over there. You learn so much from watching about how other teams put together their plans, or they break down areas of the game, and you can take so much into that. I think it's so valuable.
Yeah. Definitely, yes.
It's a hard one when you're playing 2 games as well on the same day. You know, you're mentally up so early preparing for the first one, then you have some food and you're getting ready for the next one. Your body's saying, I'm a bit tired. But
especially, I mean, we will play the 2 matches on the last day,
Yeah.
and that's also forecasted to be the hottest. So
Okay.
it will be quite tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
because but again, that's experience, Monica, and it does come with time, and
Yeah.
that's exciting because it's going to happen.
Well, we're going to see an appearance here of Aptica Muscoot. Picked up the 2 wickets and just going for 3 runs from our 4 overs against Germany. Very impressive this time, bowling from this end here. Now plays that really nicely down to deep third man. Chatterjee's going to do the collecting. Well, that's always difficult. You've just bowled, you're over, and then all of a sudden you're chasing after the ball. You think you're going to get a rest standing at deep third man, but apparently not.
It's like Pete Fields last week.
Oh, the magnet. Sometimes that
This
happens.
poor guy would bowl over, and the ball would follow him
Yeah.
everywhere.
So how did you get into cricket yourself?
I used to live in England, in Newcastle. As a kid, I used to play handball, and typical German sport, and then a bit of football. And then I moved to England, well, initially just for 3 months for work placement. And then it got a bit longer. I wanted to stay on longer. And I couldn't really do without sport. So was looking for something, and handball, of course, wasn't really known. And football wasn't my level either, so I just thought I'll try something new, and absolutely fell in love with cricket.
That's a sentence we all like to hear.
So when I came back to Germany, I tried to continue. And yeah.
I think everyone gets hooked.
Yeah.
Not very many people who say, no, I played cricket and I walked away from it. There's a lot of people get very hooked.
Yeah.
Just on this stair, Callis is playing herself in very nicely here, pushing the ball around, manipulating the field.
Well, just pulls that one away, and there's no fielder there. And Sam Hago just runs around there. Deep square leg, runs all the way down. Deep fine leg. Does the collecting duties again. The ball was slowing up. Yeah, any other ground that probably would have rolled away for 4, but the grass is so thick here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stopping the boundaries. Chatterjee does the collecting duties again. I think they watched a little bit of Muscoot bowling beforehand, and probably playing the sweep shots here is probably the appropriate way to play it. There's a score now. 53 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. So the long-term plan for German cricket, if you were to sit and had the master chair, what is your hope and aspiration? It's a difficult question, I know. You laugh, you know.
It is difficult, yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Considering where you guys are now, and not many of the viewers will probably know that German's women cricket team. So.
Yeah. I mean that's the first thing. What there's cricket in Germany is the first question usually. So to make cricket more well known in Germany, for more people to have a try and have a go at it, and picking up a bat and a ball as an option to football. That's really difficult because football is so far ahead of any other sport in Germany that it is really difficult. But if we just get a bit more, and for that we do need to do a lot more work in schools, for example, and youth work. So that's one of our biggest challenges.
Well, Sam Haggers now with the ball, bowling from the scoreboard end here. She missed out on the first game, and this is her return into the squad as well after an absence. So she's back on the international scene for the Wildcats for a delivery, and that's just going to go into the hands of Chatterjee there. Hard in to Sarah Price there, big throw.
I don't think any of the challenges you spoke about there, Monica, are, there's nothing that all of these other countries don't come across. It's everywhere as well, and I suppose it's cricket's becoming much more well known and a lot more people playing it, but it's keeping and it's building that participation.
Yeah. Well, I would say with Scotland, certainly the advantage is that most people will know what cricket is.
It's fair.
So you will not get asked what you do about your horse when you travel anywhere.
Interesting.
Or, of course, the confusion with croquet.
Oh, is that a common thing?
Yeah.
Croquet?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just a name.
Cricket and croquet.
Cricket and croquet.
So does cricket have another name in German, or am I
No,
just being stupid?
it's cricket.
Yeah. Good. I knew I was being stupid. Yeah.
Sometimes spelled with a K, but
okay, yeah.
Otherwise it's the same.
Excellent.
Oh.
Just played fine now. It's going to run away to the boundary, but it will slow up again.
Ian, last week we spoke about running between the wickets, and this is going to play a big part here today. The ball is slowing up and they need to be turning and ready to go, even if it's not an option that you're giving the other batter, and you're also challenging the fielder.
Well, the Netherlands 57 for 1 now, with 1 to come in the 9th over here. There will be a drinks break at 10 as well. Really nice shot there. It's Denise van Deventer, the batsman. He's loving your work, is the call by the coach at the crease, and that's the end of 9 overs here. 58 for 1. Pardon me, as the scoreboard updates after 9 overs.
I think Holland would be really happy with this at the moment. We did say that they'd probably lose 1 in the first 6, 7, but that's a really good start. I think if anything, Scotland need to up and get a little bit more busy. I think they're allowing the Dutch team to play their cricket here a little.
Well, Stoke counts on 20 off 27. Looks very comfortable at the crease here. Smuskud now comes in. Passes down the crease. Denise van Deventer there, just picking up a single with a straight shot. Rachel Scholes doing the collecting duties. One thing I really enjoyed from this morning was the wonderful atmosphere you guys had. Everything was a celebration. Everything was a milestone, an achievement.
Yeah.
And is that something that's been bred from you guys and from the coaching staff, just to encourage them to enjoy the experience?
Certainly that's something we emphasize.
The ball just floats to the boundary here, and Catherine Bryce does the fielding duties, and this did slide through the legs there of Katie McGill and ran towards the boundary.
Yeah, it's certainly something we emphasize, that they're here to have fun and that they should enjoy the occasion and that they should enjoy the cricket. Otherwise, you don't like to play it if you don't enjoy it.
I think that's a fantastic attitude to have, and breeding that in such a young team as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah. But I mean, the girls are also quite good as a team. They really bond with each other, and so it's a fantastic group to be around with.
And just following you guys on social media and maybe talking to you a little and stuff,
Yeah.
just you can see. Sorry.
Well, that's ran to 4 there. Big call, beautiful from the hands as Denise Van Deventer. Straight shot for 4. Rachel Scholes just not quite quick enough to pick that up and save that from the boundary. It went over the head of Catherine Bryce. Picks up another 4 there. Wow. Netherlands are looking in fantastic form with wickets in hand right now as we near on 10 overs.
Just I'm following you guys. It just
Yep.
looks like you're on a journey together, and you can see that, and you're just you'll take the good, bad, and ugly with it, and you'll build as you go along, and I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, one to come here, and we think there is the planned drinks break at 10. Maybe it's just because of the temperature and the baking hot sun in La Manga.
Ian is struggling with the sun.
That is an understatement. It's just pulled away and going to be collected by San Margo, deep square leg, and they're going to finish on 68 for 1 after 10 overs here, as we're just going to see a drinks break. Yes, we are. And we're just going to take a short little break ourselves.
And we're going to bid farewell to Monica for the moment.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
An absolute delight to see German cricket this morning. The energy and the enthusiasm was fantastic, and I really bid you guys, I hope you do so well in this tournament.
Thanks very much.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Just after having a short drinks break, and as you can see, Holland are 68 for 1 of the 10th over. Stair Callis is building a nice total here and really working hard for her team up front. And there's commentator's curse. Pulled straight to mid wicket and caught first ball. That's a good catch. It's funny, actually, earlier on in her innings, Stair kind of just played one down to that particular area because she realised there was someone out behind that fielder. So that's just unlucky there.
Welcome back. Hello.
Yes, Ian, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Wow, that was a very quick wicket, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous bit of bowling. Turn the pace up there. Sam Hago came in with some steam now. I think that was one of the fastest deliveries you've seen of the day. It wasn't the easiest of catches there for Chatterjee. Straight into the hands. And what a great time to get a wicket. It's fresh from the drinks break. If you're just tuning in now, this is the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Ian Leggett here with Kira Metcalf on commentary duties. Live from La Manga. Sunny day, gorgeous setting for cricket as well. Really is a fantastic place just to sit and enjoy some women's international cricket.
The important thing for the Dutch team now, they must keep this run rate ticking over and really look to set a big total here.
A wicket of Stair Callis as well. How crucial is that? Well, this is Miranda veering now. As Devonter just cuts that one there and just grabs a single. Well, Scotland, I think they've really got to seize upon this and grab some momentum in this game. Just saying beforehand, just during the interval there, Netherlands have an opportunity of posting quite a large total. Got wickets in hand. Paul Chatterjee doing the collecting duties. Could have been a run-out opportunity if they went for one. Miranda stayed put. Oh, Lorna Jack here just cheering on. They're running a single. McCall doing the fielding duties this time. Standing at point, diving onto the ground. Very square of the wicket as well.
You might see some more energy just coming from the Scots now, and I think they definitely would have highlighted Stair Callis as one that they wanted to get out. And they might just feel if they can attack these two batters now.
Well, that must have been the message delivered at the drinks break there. They must have been told a bit more energy and a bit more enthusiasm in the field. As my co-commentator makes faces at me. It's always good when you're trying to say a point, but good little face in return there. Oh, that's good to see that. Our cameraman.
Ian, what did you think?
Yeah,
What did you think of our lunch?
Our lunch. I enjoyed our lunch. Did you like our lunch?
Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice considering, well, we don't have to go out and play.
No, it was quite dense, wasn't it? It was a nice Indian little feast, I think was a nice way of putting it.
I think the cameraman had about 5 plates.
He did, didn't he? And maybe that's why he's standing under some shade now. The bacon got Spanish shot a little too hot. But it is, I'm not, as we sit in shade, it's probably a little unfair to criticise, but it is, I can only imagine what it's like playing out there. Chatterjee's going to get a bowl now. This time from the near end. That just skates back. Well, that's a really nice start to the over there. Just skipping past the off stump. Straight into the hands of Sarah Bryce behind the stumps. Well, we saw Chatterjee succeed from this end. The gusts of wind hit our commentary position here. It is a bit windy. Hit hard. It could have been a catch there. McGill just standing a little too far away. She probably would have had to leap forward there if she was going to get any hands on that, but it did fall right in her direction. Just standing at extra cover there.
I'd say she's just so conscious as well of the 2 catches that she's dropped. She's just trying to,
On everything right now.
yeah, exactly.
Scotland looking to strike. Netherlands looking to build. Just played to point. Megan McCall diving onto the ground there once again. Standing more backward point roll now.
Just going to field placings here, I suppose. With the lines they're bowling as well, the Dutch seem to be very strong at that backward point kind of area, and I'm wondering, would a gully be, put in there? Would they rethink about that area and just maybe close up that option, so you then maybe force them to play somewhere else and bring on a wicket?
Absolutely. I've also got a cow corner and deep square leg in place. Hard. Scoot does the fielding there, mid off. Direct hit, but they're going to run back for a single. There was no one there to do collecting. Chatterjee just let the ball bounce off the stumps there, and they managed to sneak another one in. Oh, that's good vision. Good aim from Scoot. I was saying this in Guernsey. It's always nice, fielder, when you get a direct hit. It's always just like a bullseye.
Yeah, and I think you'd take nearly the extra one, them getting a one for the chance of maybe running them out.
Slower delivery there, and it has just fooled. And Devonter.
It's just now she's bowling to a field of deep square leg, deep cow, deep long on, and deep mid wicket.
And the Netherlands, with 8 overs to go after this delivery. Do they push on? Wickets in hand? Do they start going for the boundary? Start hitting the ball a bit harder? And it has been hit hard, but Muscoot's going to do the fielding straight. Really good fielding and direct hit, possibly again from Muscoot. What an arm she has. 2 fantastic throws into the stumps there, and that one just glanced past it. Direct hit, wouldn't have been out, but again, always nice. Well, end of the over, and 75 for 2 after 12 overs. Just the 3 off it. Chatterjee with figures of 19 for 1 from her 3 overs, and it was possibly maybe a sensible decision to switch ends back to her previous end. And Sam Hago once again going to be bowling here from the scoreboard end at La Manga.
I just think the Dutch are very happy to take a single in the circle as well if they see it going either side of the fielder.
That's going to find Rachel Scholes just filming an extra cover there. Yeah, they do seem happy to run with the singles right now. Just keep the run rate ticking over. Possibly heading to a score of 110, 120 possibly if they keep the run rate up. As she just backs off on that run there. Denise Van Deventer there on 17 runs. 17 deliveries. Came in with Stir Callis, and what a knock that was from Stir Callis at the start of this game. Rachel Scholes just misses the ball there, and Muscoot does more fielding for mid-off. Well, Scotland can also bat as well. Probably won't have the fear at a high total with the likes of Catherine Bryce, Sarah Bryce as well. Becky Glenn did very well. Lorna Jack. The batting lineup all can strike the ball well and chase down a high total.
Batter slightly pulled out of that shot. She was going to go large. Just readjusted. Just need to make sure she's aware of where the field is right now.
Fuller delivery, and there's no one down there at long off, and it's going to run away for 4. Really smart batting there. Fearing Meyer just struck the ball. Fuller delivery, and that one was there to be punished.
Yeah, really nice shot, and she obviously checked and seen that mid-off is in, so lower a shot if she could get under it and up and over.
We're in the 80s now. It could be caught by Muscoot, and it is. That's another wicket to Sam Hago. Just caught by Muscoot there, a mid-off. Gives the Fuller delivery this time a bit more well-balanced. And a mistimed shot by Veeringmeyer and caught by Muscoot at mid-off. Another wicket to Scotland here. 3 down now are the Netherlands.
It's just unlucky. Well, it's not unlucky. I just feel she played the shot beforehand and maybe just got a little bit an adrenaline rush and decided that she was going to maybe go again, but didn't commit fully to the shot. Another big wicket. Scotland will be happy that wicket. The run rate was going up a little there.
Well, they've hit 80 and it's now 80-3 in the 13th over. 2 wickets to Sam Haggo as well, and her return to competitive ICC cricket in a Scotland jersey. She didn't play the first game, Hannah Rainey. In for Hannah Rainey. She's managed to pick up 2 crucial wickets as the calls of "Come on Scotland" are ringing around the ground here at La Manga now, and plenty of support in for both the sides as well, which is good to see, but there's plenty of salt eyes and lying rampants around the ground. And the Dutch bunting, pardon me, struck just behind the stumps on either end. Sam Haggo, 2 wickets. See the new batsman in. This is Robin Rijker for the Netherlands. Happy to take a single there. Denise van Deventer very keen to take a single there. Loud cry of yes, come on.
Denise is actually playing a very good role here for the team.
Well, just the 6 runs off it, sorry, and a wicket there for Sam Haggo. 15 for 2 are her figures after 3 overs.
She's just rotating the striking and just really keeping the scoreboard ticking over. Not necessarily looking for the bigger shots, seeing that there is gaps within the circle at the moment, but taking on the batters and or the bowler, should I say, and not allowing them to settle.
Well, it's going to meet Chatterjee again. 4th over. That's from the near end. That just swings down the leg side there.
That's a risky shot.
If
if you don't get that right.
Rijker was trying to play there. That looked as though it was just going to strike the pad. And
yeah, you're going to expose your leg stump, and it could be risky business if you don't time that right.
Chatterjee has taken the stumps out twice now. Literally out the ground, the off stump. Only for the leg stump this time. For the delivery, and that's just palmed away. Out to deep square leg.
We spoke about this approach, about running the first one really quick, you know, turning in and pushing out again, you know, showing intent to the fielder that you're looking for the second, but also then giving yourself an option if you both, you know, you're communicating as you're running by each other and you're really pushing.
A little more pace there from Chatterjee, and that was really well bowled, I thought. There's also the intent in the field. There's a lot more noise coming from the Scotland girls right now. Picking up their 3rd wicket in the game. Will be keen to strike again. 83 for 3 now in the 14th over. Netherlands, very strong start. Scotland after this drinks break, picking up 2 wickets. Well, short of the delivery, and Lorna Jack's going to do the collecting duties, just running in from deep cover.
Not a cloud in the sky.
And the filler delivery, really good variety in Chatterjee, but that's just opened up her bat there and let that one run down to 3rd man. Picks up another single. The Dutch side here just very content with just clocking up the singles. The score moves on to 85 for 3. Up towards 100. They must have 120 in their sights, I would say. Wickets in hand. Short delivery in this time. Rolled down to deep fine leg. Sam Haggo running in from deep square leg, picking that up. Playing the sweeper role almost.
Some really good batting there. Turning it around the corner. The deep square leg, having to do some big work, and just picking up the 2 runs, and just the shot beforehand. Little cut down in between short 3rd man and backward point. It actually deserved 2, the shot. It was really, really nice. They're going along very nicely here. Oh, French cut. Always deserves a run-in.
And why is that, Kira? Why is that? We're just going to take a look at the batting card here. Well, fantastic start from Sturk Alice and Eva Seegers with 24 and 25 respectively. The end of that partnership with Denise van Deventer now on 21 off 22. She's playing a very classy knock here. I think it's been a really well balanced Netherlands innings so far, Kira.
I totally agree, and I've played against Holland a lot in the past, and they definitely look good up front, and just the batters coming in are supporting each other, running well between the wickets and just keeping that run rate ticking over.
Well, Rachel Scholl's going to be bowling again, this time from the scoreboard end. Just played off the wrist, and Lorna Jack just securing the one. There is a cry of one will do there. And Catherine Bryce, they're very content, I think. The Scotland team as well, just to take singles. I think anything under 100 or 110, they must feel capable of chasing that down.
I do agree, but also they don't want to let them put on another 30 here, and it could get past what they could chase. It depends, you know. I think they need to be careful. This could be a little turning point in this innings here, and they need to make sure that they're keeping their lines and lengths and really attacking us in the field.
Another single there. Netherlands. 3 singles in a row.
This is just a time when you think you've done the work. You're 90 for 3 or 14, and you're just thinking, oh, we're in the back overs now.
You're entering that crucial back over period
Yeah,
as well. The final 5.
You take your foot off the pedal, and all of a sudden 14 or 50's put on. You're like, how did they get up to that total? So as a captain now, this is where the captain has to stand up and make sure the field is set correctly.
Well, we're seeing that right now. They're just having a discussion here. They're just moving a couple of players round. So I've seen Ruth Willis just move round now to third man. Lorna Jack, another single for the Netherlands. It's 4 in a row now. 91 for 3 in the 15th over. We're just nearing that 5 over to go mark. Netherlands are a really well balanced and controlled innings so far. Strikes the pad, big appeal and out! Rachel Scholes grabs the 4th wicket for Scotland. Another batsman departs for the Netherlands. Well, we were just talking about needing to fire up and get some change, and suddenly Scotland grab a wicket.
Yeah, I think with the shot that she played, it was always going to be bringing on that LBW, and it absolutely went against her there. Wicket at a crucial time.
Well, a big wicket for Scotland here. Just entering that final 5. Not allowing the momentum to build. 4 singles in a row, Rachel Scholes, and then suddenly grabbing that wicket. LBW. And Robin Riker departs. Oh, another wicket for Scotland. Rachel Scholes grabs her first in the game. 14 for 1, her figures so far. Well, the Netherlands with wickets in hand. Go big now. Is it party time, in the words of Kira Metcalf?
It depends on the batters that are out there. If that's, you know, in their makeup, they've got to play to their strengths. There's gaps, and they just need to keep on hitting them. That'll do. It's a really nice way to get off the mark. Lower shot, and played with a lot of ease. It was really nice.
Yeah, really confident stroke. Just a lofted drive, straight down to long on. Advances down the crease. A bit more intent from Denise van Deventer there.
I'd really like to see Denise bat the whole 20. I think she's good enough too, and also that would really keep that run rate ticking over. It's definitely a wicket that Scotland want.
Well, 5 overs to go here in this ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. The second game as Mascoud comes in. Advances down the crease.
It's a nice shot. If she could just get that a little bit finer. Around towards 45. Fine leg. They'd get more runs out of it. They've just got to push the singles now. Really challenge the fielders. It's been a very evenly matched game so far.
Absolutely.
Do you think so?
I do and I don't. I think Scotland need to have come out a bit more attacking. Nice push, Catherine Bryce almost wanted to die for that as Lorna Jack does the filming duty. I think the Netherlands have... Scotland have actually played into the hands of the Netherlands so far in this innings. I think they've, like we said at the start, they've just not let Scotland settle and not find a rhythm or a routine in the field. It's gone high in the air, could be caught, and it would have taken a big diving catch there. Just found the top edge of Van Deventer there. Half an opportunity. It would have been a spectacular catch from Ruth Willis if she made that. But yeah, I just don't think the Netherlands have allowed Scotland to settle. So in terms of evenly matched, I think that's a difficult judgment to say, but it's all going to depend on the Scotland chase. Now, it's an obvious statement, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think there's going to need to be an intent in the Scotland chase. They're going to need to go out hard and score early runs and not leave this for the back 10. What about you, Kira? Advances down the crease, a wonderful shot. Rachel Scores is underneath, it could be caught. Full shot, bounces off of the body. Wow.
I actually think how Holland have come out and gone about their innings has been very good. There hasn't been really spells where we've said they have to up their run rate. They've just kept consistent. It hasn't been, okay, big 4s and 6s, but they're doing a job. Just one short of 100 now with 4 overs to go. They can certainly get that up to 120 if they try.
It's getting me excited actually for the tournament.
Totally.
You know, seeing a Netherlands side here, content with batting out the 20 overs, putting on a 100+ score, really challenging this experienced Scotland side as a young Netherlands side. So, really leading from the front, Denise Van Deventer and the young but experienced Callis, you know, only 19 years old, but a host of cricket.
Yeah, and I think from both sides there's a lot of youngsters on it, and I think that's the exciting part. You know, these two groups will grow together and...
Oh, almost finds the glove there of Sarah Bryce if she does the light. Lorna Jack's going to run behind the wicket and collect it. Rachel Scholes almost finding the wicket there. Don't know if there was a bit of bat. Felt like it came off the pad as well. Definitely a noise.
I think on that occasion, Ian, there had to be 2 runs though. We're into the last 4. Whoever's at the far end has got to run the fastest.
Well, that's the 100 up for the Netherlands. And they're going to push for 1, and there you go. That's intense straight away. Direct hit from Catherine Bryce. They're going to run back for 2, and that's the second time it's struck off the bails. The bails have fell off, but they've run 2. They've been smart cricket there from the Netherlands. It's going to be 100 and... Oh, it's only the single, pardon me. A bit of pressure. I just misread that too. Full of delivery and driven hard down the ground. Going to be collected by the fielder there. Long on.
The person, again, running to the danger end has got to be having a look to see if there's a second on.
Becky Glenn doing the fielding duties at long on. Standing right on the boundary edge. Oh, could be caught. Oh. Sam Hago. Would have been another tremendous catch. We've seen a couple of leads. They would have been spectacular if they were taken. Dove onto the right. It was low. There's calls of it's coming from the coach there on the sideline. Full of delivery, and this has gone over the head of Mascoud, and that's going to go to the boundary. It's going to be 4 runs to the Netherlands.
And the umpire signal a no bowling.
No ball.
A free hit, next shot.
It was a little high. It was definitely very full, very high. Shoulder height. So we're going to have a free hit here. No ball 4. holding that no ball. I'm just going to fix that. Should be 109 on the scorebar on your screen. I'm just setting the field here for the free hit.
Just they can actually change the field because the batters have crossed. So as people want to know about that. So if they bowled a full toss over hip high and they didn't cross, the fielders couldn't move the field. The field would have to stay as it is. But if the batters cross on a shot, actually, would they go to 4? That's going to confuse me
I
now.
hit 4, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they could move the field.
Well, there wasn't any movement properly. Another full toss there. Could be caught by Miss Good. It's going to be a wicket. Rachel Scholes picks up a wicket. Caught again by Miss Good. The fuller delivery that time. Well executed. Miss hit.
She actually moved into that ball and created, it then came off middle, top of her bat.
Well, that's the end of Denise van Deventer. 35 runs off 32 deliveries. A tremendous knock from the 28-year-old. Really led from the front. She's been really well received as she enters the players' tent here. I think that wicket was coming. Played another risky shot, and I think she had to, Kira.
Yeah, I agree. She just didn't get a hold of the ball, and this time the Scots held on to it. But again, she's done a great job. She's really moved the ball around and kept that scoreboard moving up all the time.
5 now down. 5 down now. Oh, the Netherlands. Little tongue twister. 109 for 5. 17 overs. Rachel Scholes now 2 wickets to her name. From her 4 overs, 26 for 2. Her figures. So we just see Catherine Bryce having discussions about the field there. Katie McGill just taking off her hat. Gonna have a bowl here from the near end. It's the near end to us. It's what we've named it. I need to find out if there's a proper name for it. Terrible from us, Kira.
Well, not really, because some of them just don't have names at the moment as they develop.
But we also didn't bother to ask.
Well, I know we're at the Rachel Hoey Flint Oval. My bad. Bad pronunciation.
They're going to run 2. Really hard running here. Picked up by Becky Glenn.
That's good cricket all around. Person did well off the ropes. And the batters also softened the fans, so they picked up 2.
I love that phrase so much. Cricket all round.
What else do you want me to say?
No, I love it.
Oh.
I'm praising you. Right, just moving. Chatterjee's going to be coming down from deep third man. Going to go mid-wicket. And see, they got it. They got a deep, long on, long off as well.
Yeah, they're just making sure the fielders are not lining up in front of each other.
Cow corner and a deep square leg. Ball delivery could be caught and bowled on another half opportunity there for Katie McGill. She's certainly done around today. That ball did again find the hands of McGill. She leapt to the right and just couldn't quite grab a hold of it. Again, it would have been a spectacular catch. One for the highlight reel. Can't find her luck today in the field. Driven hard, and then, oh, well, that's just it's going to roll down to deep point.
Just at the angle we're at here, it looks like she's getting pretty close to that no ball line as well.
Well, big cries have come on Scotland from the fans around the boundary edge.
I think just here she's moved over that mid wicket, and she's just got to make sure that she gets her line right, because she's just 1 short now on the offside.
Full delivery, and that's going to find Rachel Scholes doing the fielding at long on. And going to grab a single, while they are restricting singles right now.
It's been a good game so far. I really enjoyed watching this.
It has real to and fro action. All part of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019 here from La Manga. All the games being streamed live on the ICC YouTube channel. Commentary from ourselves. And also on Facebook. That was a full delivery. Half-hearted appeal there for his out. Behind the stumps by Sarah Bryce.
Just a slower ball there going down leg, but I think she actually disguised that pretty well.
Catherine Bryce, the captain, fielding here at long off. Just having a look at the field. Must be grabbing another wicket, you would hope. Scotland will be hoping. Oh, almost hits the stumps there. How did that not?
The keeper had it taken that clean. It could have been a stumping. But again, I suppose all in all, it's a dot ball, which is the main thing for Scotland at this time.
115 for 5. After 18 overs, 2 to go in this Netherlands innings. Scotland will be maybe hoping to restrict Netherlands down a score of 1-2-5. The Netherlands keen to push on. A really well controlled innings so far for the Netherlands. Fantastic start. No early wickets. Sam Agger strike twice after the drinks break for Scotland. I'm going to see Catherine Bryce bowl again. Did an opening spell at the start of the game. Looks like she's going to be finishing it off for Scotland. The captain, 21 years old. Just recently signed for Loughborough Lightning as well in the Kia Super League.
Just Scotland will need to push through here in these last few overs because they're going to come up pretty close to the time for an innings.
Juliet Post. The captain here facing the other captain of the side. Captain v captain. I look for 2 there. That was a bit delayed. Just saw the misthrow there and was keen possibly to run 2. It's the right attitude to have with 2 overs to go. Wickets in hand as well, the Netherlands. 116 for 5. Wow, wide ball there by Catherine Bryce. Words of encouragement from around the ring. How is Scotland going to approach this run chase? Certainly very different to the one they had against Germany. Oh, straight into the hands of her sister, Sarah Bryce, behind the stumps.
If I'm being very honest, I'm going to think that Scotland wouldn't have expected Holland to go post 120, 117 at the moment. So they need to make sure, again, speaking about standards, that they come out here, they play to their standards, and also just go about the innings maybe a little bit more, that's the word I'm looking for, just clever about, their second innings. Use the power play and pick bowlers they maybe want to target as well.
Trying hard. It's going to miss the hands of Chatterjee there. At mid-on. Rachel Scholes does the collecting duties once again for Scotland.
I know Holland have some spinners in their lineup. Varied attack, so again, they're going to try to restrict them and try to get early wickets. So it's really game on here. It's going to be a good contest.
McGill at mid-off. I think they're going to have to go out hard. A lot of talent within this batting lineup. If you're just tuning in, Scotland won the toss. Elected to field first. Is that going to be a choice that's going to come back to haunt them? The Netherlands have played a very well-controlled and well-timed innings here. They've seemed to find the runs pretty easily at some points in the game. Scotland have struck, picked up 5 wickets. It's been all Netherlands in terms of controlling the tempo of the game, scoring runs on A1, and forcing a lot of fielding changes here. We're just going to see who's going to bowl the final over. It's going to be Katie McGill who's going to bowl the final over here for Scotland. 119 for 5. You just see a wide shot there with the wonderful ground we're at. A couple of Scotland flags and Netherlands flags dotted around the ground. There's Katie McGill on your screen there. It's going to be bowling here for the near end.
But batters have to be ready to run here, Ian, and turn ones into twos. Just take every run they can from this last 6 balls.
Pulled hard. Chatterjee misses the ball. They're only going to run the one. Well, they obviously didn't hear your advice from the commentary box. Driven hard. There's no one at cow corner now, but Rachel Scholes does the collecting duty to the long on. Oh, another single. Possibly could have run the two there.
Absolutely. I think on that occasion they've left a run behind.
Oh, looks like a stumping, and it is. Really quick hands behind the stumps there by Sarah Bryce. She's worked very hard throughout the first two games. I think she deserved that. A stumping. The final over of this game. Now 121 for 6, the Netherlands, with 3 deliveries to go.
I think there's any harm in that. Played across the line and then just followed the ball through and just was out of her crease. You got to go for it at this stage, so there's no harm. I think they've actually done really well to get up to 1-2-1. And they haven't looked under a huge amount of strain either getting there. I think this is a nice performance from Holland. It's good to see.
Very measured at the crease at all times, including the experience and the youngsters as well. There's never been any unnervy balls. Real challenge as well. That intent and grit we were talking about beforehand. Just a single there, and that's really good running. They're going to grab that extra single, and 1-2-2 now for 6. 2 deliveries to go.
I think as well from a German perspective, they're sitting on the sideline there and watching on and just seeing how these guys are running between the wickets and seeing there's a lot more runs there if they take the chances.
For the delivery. Picked up at cow corner. Looks like another wicket here. Well, they went for the big runs there. They had to. They had wickets in hand. And it's another stumping here and another run out in the game.
I think that's fair. There's no stress with that at all. You've got to try run the 2. Especially in the last over. If you're batting down the order, you need to be padded up and ready to go for your team. I know I've been ready to pad up and lower order, and my captain has told me to take off the pads because I'll run faster.
Oh.
Luckily they didn't.
Were you happy when you received that comment?
Absolutely. Anything to help the team.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Absolutely. And what a committed player you were. Honestly, the legends I've heard about you, Kira.
Ian.
Well, one to come. Looks like another stumping and another stumping. Well, that's 3 wickets in the over and a nice strong finish there by Scotland. They're going to finish 1-2-3 for 8 after 20 overs. Well, a nice strong finish there by Scotland at the end. 3 wickets, 2 stumpings behind by Sarah Bryce, and also a run out. But I think the Netherlands approached that final over with the right attitude.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it came down to the last over and they got some wickets, but it just shows how measured and how they went about their innings. I think Holland did really, really well. They've posted a winning total, and it's Scotland have got a big job here if Holland can bowl some really tight overs and lines.
Well, let's just look at the batting card here. We're going to see a fantastic start here. Led by Heather Seegers. A 19-year-old Stir Callis, 24 and 25 runs. But the star of the show was Denise Van Deventer, a 28-year-old. Bags of experience, 35 of 33 balls. What a fantastic knock.
Absolutely, and she just played a vital role there with a couple of those guys as they, they came in, and just again looking at the 10 extras, something that maybe Scotland overall might want to look at just today, because if there's no ball, it comes with a free hit and runs come off that, and it does add up at the end. But again, the top 3 batters really doing the job and really getting them up to a great total.
We'll just take a look at the bowling card here for Scotland. Like you said, the 10 extras. And it was also 12 extras as well in the game before, so it is something they're going to have to look at. Catherine Bryce now 15 runs from her, 3 overs. Pick of the bowlers, Sam Hago with 2 wickets. Katie McGill, 2 at the end now with 2 stumpies. And Rachel Scholes picking up 2, and it was at crucial times, I think, the wickets. Sam Hago, for me, very impressive on her return. Picking up 2 wickets after the drinks break, including the first ball after the drinks break. What a great time to grab a wicket, and she looked very impressive.
She did, and the bowling score there doesn't actually look that bad. I personally would, how they put the bowlers together, they're using 7 bowlers. They used 7 against Germany as well. I'd be interested in maybe changing one of the 2 of the order they have them, but again, that's something that the coach can look at later on.
Well, we're just waiting for our score thing to update. Don't be phased by the drop in the score there. It should be 1, 2, 3 for 8 after 20 overs. So you're going to join us in 10 minutes time, where Kira and myself will be guiding you through the Scotland run chase. They require 124 to get 2 from 2 from the opening day of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Well, welcome back, and it's a stunning day here in La Manga. Ian Leggett and Kira Metcalf here. What is probably going to be a very exciting run chase indeed. The Netherlands finished on 123 for 8 from 20 overs. 3 very quick wickets in the final over as Netherlands look to push on with wickets in hand. I'm sure the Scotland team would have got a little boost in confidence right now, but they have a side with a full jam-packed batting lineup. What are you thinking ahead of this run chase, Kira?
Yeah, I'm just looking over at the Dutch team. They're in a huddle. The umpires are coming out, but the energy again coming from this Dutch team today is really good. I'm excited to see how they go about their bowling now. I think the Scots wouldn't have expected maybe the Dutch team to get up to 1-2-3, but this is game on. There's going to be a big chase on here. Let's see who keeps their nerve.
Let's take a look at the summary card here, and just, you know, it was Denise van Deventer leading from the front. 35 runs, but also Eva Seegers and Ster Callis with 25 and 24 respectively. Fantastic top order knock, and it's something that Scotland are going to need to do. They're going to need to bat hard from the start. I think they're going to have to go about this run chase with a lot of vigour. I don't think they can leave this last minute.
I agree. Also, I think the 3 top batters of the Dutch team who got them into this good position really need to play key parts in the fielding, and even if they're not being bowling, they're positive, they're running around, they're getting their teammates moving, and just trying to see what they can do. The Scots need to be patient here. The Dutch team didn't come out and they didn't smack 4s or 6s around, they just pushed it around, so it's well able to be chased down.
Well, we're going to have Sarah Bryce and Lorna Jack, the opening batters here for Scotland, as they need 124 runs to get 2 wins from 2 in the opening day of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. As we're going to see.
I hope the guy on the boundary over there, his kilt doesn't blow up. He's in full kilt.
Is he gone full Scotsman? That's the question. Well, full delivery straight off the mark, and that's probably going to run away. It was pulled hard by Sarah Bryce. Well, the slow outfield here is just going to cause just 2 runs. The bowling at the start of Iris Swilling here, the 17-year-old. I cannot get over some of the ages of these. I think there's a big gust of wind here coming into our commentary box. Just going to see if the scoreboard's updated. Well, it's Swilling, pardon me, bowling here from the near end. We're just going to wait for the scoreboard to update. Sarah Bryce 2 off the first ball. Pull shot. Ran away to deep fine leg, but the outfield here is very slow.
Yeah, just something you mentioned earlier on, that this Dutch team is pretty young. There is going to be some nerves, and those top 3 batters will be the more experienced players in this team, and they really need to help the younger players get through their overs, and maybe, like if they're bowling wides or they're just not settling in, really help them through this start off stage. Just the Dutch have gone with deep cover and a deep wider third man, and they actually have a slip in now, and it's driven out to the boundary. Ster Callis picks it up.
Well, those of you who don't know, Sarah Bryce, sister of Catherine Bryce, the captain, and made her debut in 2015 at the age of 15, bang at the top of the order against Somerset. Made her first international cap against Papua New Guinea in the global T20 qualifiers in Thailand that year. Fantastic batsman to watch. He's scoring runs, various different formats this year. She needs to have a big innings today. Lead from the front. Scotland going to chase down this total. Well, that's hit hard, and it's going to go for the covers. Collected by Ster Callis here, playing the sweeper role. Big arm in. And just running the 2 there, met with a big cheer from the Scotland tent. over to our left.
It's really good running between the wickets up front, letting them know that they're out here and they mean business.
Full of delivery, and that's going to go down to deep fine leg. I wonder if this has got the legs to go for the boundary. I think it might. And it does. Well, that's the first boundary in the Scotland innings. Again, that Fuller delivery, almost at shoulder height nearly, and just heaved away. Hooked all the way back to deep fine leg and a boundary to finish the over. Wow, 11 for no loss after the first over. A strong start for Sarah Bryce and Lorna Jack.
I think a very strong start. Hitting the ball well, and just that bowler just bowled up front, which just needs, someone needs to put an arm around her and just let her know that she's okay and that she can just come back on later on and bowl. And this is where just sometimes having younger players, the senior players really need to stand up and help drive this team. Just making sure Ian's awake.
Just intensely watching the game. Don't have to speak. Just allowing your voice to flourish on the radio. On the broadcast.
It's better areas, just needs to be backed up by her field.
Well, it's a 17-year-old and now a 16-year-old bowling. This is Hannah Land here. On medium pace. The ages, it's very young. Neville inside.
I think
you have got the experience of Denise Van Deventer, but lots of under 20-year-olds.
Just about to say they've just moved that slip now into cover, and they have an extra cover. Okay, she needs to bowl the correct line, but I think it's a better field. Holland have started a little bit sloppy here, and they just need to reset. Have a think about what they want to do. The wind's picked up quite a bit here, actually, hasn't it?
Definitely has. It wasn't like this in the first innings.
Are you feeling cooler?
I am. It's really nice, actually. I'm glad you asked. It's very nice. I don't deal with the heat very well, so it's good that I got selected for this job. Well, 14 for nothing in the second over here. Lorna Jack facing 16-year-old Hannah Land here. Off the pad, big appeal. So we're going down leg side there.
Really good energy. Just sends a clear message. Dutch are very vocal, letting the batters know they're there. She needs to back this up now at a good ball. Good pressure. Again, I don't think the Scottish team need to go at it too hard here. They've got off 2 or 3 overs here now, and they've got off to a good start. They'll only put pressure on themselves. They just need to relax.
And another wide ball here for Land here. Well, the score 15 for nothing now. Just said there's no
Just adjusting the mic. Ian keeps on pulling it over towards himself.
Absolutely not. Let's just stop that chat right away. The wind is blowing.
The summer wind. It's much
That's a
better
nice
areas.
end.
That's really good. Sorry, Ian.
It's okay. Blaming me for moving the mic and then just speaking over it. It's okay. It's all right. Well, it's been a strong start. It's not so strong start in the commentary box this innings, but a strong start by Scotland. 16 for no loss after 2 overs here. I'm sure the message is to push on, run hard between the wickets. Coach Stephen Knox, coach the Scottish Wildcats, the women's side here. Also coach of the German national side with a very busy week in Guernsey. And the most dramatic of finishes to their tournament against Jersey. Just losing out a place in the UAE, just on net run rate. Slashed away. Sturkalis doing the collecting there. Deep point.
Yeah, so they've a short cover, extra cover. They've really... Well, they've moved their fielder now down to slip, but they seem to be packing up the offside, which I don't think is bad, just as long as this young girl can just make sure she's bowling the right line.
Well, Jack now pulls it, could be caught, and it's just over the hands of the person at square leg. They would have had to jump very high to get that. They're going to run in two here. Lorna Jack in hard. Very good running from the Scotland batsman, but not even half opportunity. The fielder at square leg is very tall. But she would have had to have the height of Michael Jordan if she was to get that. I'm just going to try and hold down these pieces of paper. It's very windy. Fuller delivery. It might run away straight for four around behind the boundary. Just collected by the fielder, a deep third man.
I can see that Denise is up here at mid-on, and I can hear that she's just speaking to the bowler, which is good. There we go. And Denise backs her up in the field. Much better. There's no doubt she can bowl. It's just sometimes on these occasions, your first couple of overs in a tournament, you know, a little bit of nerves, and just she's learning the game as she goes along. She just needs a little bit of support from the older people.
All the way really nicely there by Sarah Bryce. It's not going to have the legs to go to the boundary here. Literally on the cusp of the boundary. They look to run three. Sarah Bryce just happy with two. Didn't want to risk another one. 23 for no loss. Flying start here by the Scottish girls. And a wide ball for Zwilling again. Now, this is where the inexperience comes in. It's a pressure situation, a big game at the start of the tournament. Bowling tight lines, especially at the opening spell, it's very important.
It is, and obviously, you know, nobody sets out to bowl a wide. It's a number of things. The team really need to rally around her.
Slashed away, and just another single here to Sarah Bryce.
Just think for the Dutch team, they've done so much work with the bat, and they really need to figure out their bowling attack. Maybe the bowler Iris just needs a break, and maybe to come on from the other end or come around, and you know, there's lots of different ways she can look at it, but she definitely needs a little bit of experience to help her.
There's lots of support coming in from the players here. And that's much better there from Iris. They now managed to sneak in a single with Lorna Jack. Very quick off the mark.
Two batters out here, two experienced batters. They run well between the wickets. They get any width, they really put their hands through it, and it's nice to see Scotland are doing well up front.
The plane flies overhead. Almost a nick there behind, but it's given no ball. We're going to have a free hit. There definitely was a nick off the bat.
Yeah, definitely, but it's obviously a no ball. This is a free hit, so just going back to what we spoke about earlier on, there was no run, so the fielders can't change. And again, we did speak about this earlier on, about how people approach the no ball. You know, getting something off it, I think, is important. Again, you know, a pull across the line. Is that one of her strong shots? I don't know. You know, just really play to your strength and get something out of it. Even if it's one run, it's better than it being a dot.
Nice shot there by Lorna Jack. Just pushes that away down a third man. Collect another couple runs, and Scotland really churning through this run chase in the early stages of the game, making use of the power play most definitely, finding gaps in the field, and I think most importantly they're securing twos here, not just ones.
Yeah, we've highlighted that, and actually just going back to Guernsey, even just with the men's qualifier as well, it's an easy way of keeping the scoreboard ticking over.
Well, a wide delivery once again here.
I'd imagine you'd turn ones into threes, Ian. You'd run that fast.
You saw my running ability here to run to the restroom and back. Sprinting. I've been said to have the pace of Usain Bolt. I just, didn't quite make use of it,
Yeah.
No, I'm not very fast. I'm quite fast between the wicket. No, I'm not. Let's not. This isn't about. We could be caught, and it's a dropped opportunity there. Backward point. It slipped through the hands. She had her hands in the air.
Oh, that's just unlucky.
It went through. Well, that definitely was a big missed opportunity there for Netherlands. Really good response from Hannah Land here. Two really good deliveries.
Yeah, I think in fairness to the fielder on that occasion, the sun is shining right across the field there into her eyes, but point is a very tough. You've got to just be ready to take those catches.
Well, it was Robin Riker who was unfortunate enough to receive that delivery, and it just slid through the hands. Like you said, the sun is in her direction. It is very difficult, but she had a grab of it. She had it grasped in her hands, and it just slipped through. It's one of those ones. Go either way. Lorna Jack, lifeline at the start of this innings. That's gone high in the air, and this should be caught. And that's the end of Lorna Jack. Well, nearly out. The ball before. She makes way. Easy catch for the fielder. Short mid-wicket.
Totally, the ball just got high on her and she didn't get a hold of it and just kind of top edge there, just a short mid-wicket. I suppose she nearly got a lifeline, as you mentioned, just a point, and then was caught there, so that might have been still in her head. Good wicket for the Dutch. Maybe they just need to get together as a group, have a think about what they've done up front and just try, let's reset again and let's really challenge this Scottish team.
Well, 8 off 13, Lorna Jack there, 32 for 1. A flying start for the Scottish women at the start of this game. 4 overs complete. Land here. The 16-year-old picks up a wicket, and her first wicket of the tournament. Unfortunate with the drop by Riker. A point, but manages to pick up as she tried to go for a big pull shot, Lorna Jack, and it just missed hit top edge once again, and just fell into an easy catch. And the Netherlands, well, they grabbed their first wicket, 32 for 1 after 4 overs here in the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019 tournament in La Manga. Wonderful conditions, very blustery, I will say, to get my weatherman hat on. I wonder what way the wind's coming from as well.
I think as well, Ian, just on the Dutch getting a wicket there, it just helps them settle into this tournament. I think it's a good change from this end.
This is Caroline DeLonge.
Just a little bit of leg spin. Love a bit of leg spin, Ian.
Fantastic action as well. Wonderful wrist action here.
Really good start. Nice flight. Getting just a little bit of dip. She just, fielders need to be sharp. Just don't give away that single in the circle.
Big pull shot, hit very hard. There is a fielder down at cow corner. Sarah Bryce has been joined by her sister Catherine at the crease, so we now got the Bryces.
The Bryce is right.
Did
you like that?
don't think it was set at the right point, though. You haven't maximised that one.
Sorry,
You
I'll
know,
try
you
again.
could have. There was
Yeah.
so much potential for that.
Sorry.
And unfortunately, you've wasted it. Can't say it again.
We can.
Well, on the toes for Catherine Bryce's first delivery in the game. This is a really nice switch up for the bowling. Caroline DeLonge, 20-year-old. We've reached 20 years old in the bowling. It's very young bowling attack so far in this game. Let's just push forward onto the offside. Finds the covered extra cover. That's Heather Seegers. They're at extra cover. I think Catherine Bryce looking to set a win here. Well, big cheers all round for Caroline DeLonge after that over. Just the one off it, and what a fantastic decision by the captain to put her on.
Totally agree, and it's also just lifted the team 1 wicket. They've settled into the tournament now, you know, change of mindset and really ready to kick on. Scotland need to just, as we said before, they've really got off to a good start. They're 33 off 5. They shouldn't have to really take many, you know, risks. They should just keep on chipping away. You love that saying, chipping away.
Chipping away. I do enjoy that phrase. We're just gonna.
Actually, we need to talk to you, Esther.
Okay.
We are gonna just to announce we have no person joining us in commentary. Former Dutch international Esther DeLonge. Welcome.
Now, Esther,
Thank you.
Here we are.
welcome.
This is a bit of an intervention, actually.
This is like a court case. Did you last night at approximately? No. No, I'm joking. I think I was given some wrong information, or I took it down wrong. But anyway, poor Monica. I was telling her, Monica, are you going to play this? And she was like, no, Kira.
Off the pad of Sarah Bryce.
Happy with the start?
From
The Dutch team?
From the Dutch team, well, I think 122 is a reasonable score on this outfield. It seems like the ball is having some trouble reaching the boundary. This will take some doing, but it seems like Scotland have got off to a pretty good start here. In 7th over, they're already on 33, so they're going at a runner ball, so they're on course at the minute.
Heather Seegers, the new bowler for Netherlands, bowling from the scoreboard, and we just saw a fantastic over from 20-year-old Caroline DeLonge. Just going for 1.
A really, really good change just up this end, and that girl after the wicket bowled a really nice over. Young girl.
Yeah, Caroline bowling her leg spin there.
Yes.
She got the line right that entire over. That was very good, very consistent. It's what the team needed, I think.
I actually was impressed with the Dutch up front because I know sometimes some of the other teams might feel when they get stair callous that, you know, they can maybe kick into the other wickets and, you know, get into this Dutch team, but Denise backed her up, and then everyone played their own little role there, and I thought it actually was really good.
Yeah, it was a good innings. They built it well, built partnerships with the batters, and yeah, it's like you say, when they lost that wicket, there was no panic. They just kept going, and the next person to come in just took over and took on that role, and built up the next partnership. So yeah, definitely a great role from Denise there, and to keep it all together for most of that innings. And a good score for her and over run a ball as well. So
I think they're little things that just individuals, and especially the younger ones on this team, they will look to that at the opening game and kind of go, do you know what, we can all chip in and we can all do it, because a lot of times in cricket you're waiting for someone else to do it for you, you know, get those runs or get that wicket, where you can actually have the ability to do it yourself.
well, even Hannah Lante, who's making her debut in T20Is today, she came in and she only got 1, but she was pushing for that second run because she wanted to get Babette on strike, and she knew what her role was. She took that responsibility and went with it. So very nice little cameo, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
35 for 1 here after 6 overs. The Bryce sisters in for Scotland.
Again, nice bowling. If like, I think they're running really well because there is singles there, but again, I suppose Dutch team would take singles at the moment if they can keep on building that extra bit of pressure.
Well, this is a partnership that's difficult to break. We saw that last year as well when they played in that global qualifier. It was the Bryce sisters together. It was very, very difficult to break that partnership.
There's this side now. It seems like a completely different Dutch outfit to when you were playing. Very young, very dynamic. Not meant to be in it. To have a habit of doing this with you guys throughout the entire trip, I just seem to have a slip of the tongue. But talk to us about the kind of new wave that's coming in.
Well, it's
Well, it looks like it's going to be a boundary, but again, it just slows up right at the end. This outfield has a habit of doing that and just restricts runs to the boundary. Very thick grass here at the moment.
it's not that different from when I play. It doesn't feel that different from when I left the side, 3 years ago now. But maybe that's because I've known most of these girls from about age 13, including some of the youngsters that now made it into the side, have come through the age groups from through under 11s, under 13s, under 15s, and under 17s, and now playing senior level cricket. So these girls have been around for a long time, have been in the system for a long time. So it almost doesn't feel as if they're new into the Dutch team.
Oh, stomping there, and another wicket for the Netherlands. A wonderful bit of keeping behind the stump. Very quick hands, and they've grabbed their second wicket there. How good was that?
That was really good. The keeper also, do you know, the keeper held her nerve there as well, because sometimes it's like, oh God, it's coming to me. And anyway, she took the bails. Very impressed. I'm actually very impressed with this leggy from this end. It's been really, really good.
That's the end of the Scotland captain, Catherine Bryce, departing for two. It's 2 low scores for Catherine Bryce in the 2 games today. I was about to talk about that partnership that the Bryce sisters had in that 3rd place playoff in the T20 World Cup qualifier last year. 41 and 51 to Catherine Bryce, but there won't be any of that today. Welcome, should be Becky Glenn. New batter in at the crease for Scotland here. We're just going to have to rebuild on the Scottish women's side. 41 for 2. Just heading 1 delivery to come in the 7th over here, but Caroline De Lange, fantastic impact here for the Netherlands.
It's nice to see Caroline do well. She's quite mentally quite tough. She can come in a difficult situation and keep that composure. So it's great to see that she's doing that here.
You saw them trying to play the late cut there, and it's an ambitious shot to get off the mark by Becky Glenn. But the leg spinner here, getting something out of this wicket here at La Manga.
What do you think of this pitch, Kira? You fancy having a go?
I always want to bowl.
Oh, that's not what you say to me.
No, that's the only
Not
part.
what you say to
I'll
me.
bowl my overs and come off straight away. No, do you know what? We spoke to the groundsman and he did mention 140. He said it was pretty flat.
I think 140 if the outfield was a bit more
Yeah.
faster.
Well, maybe it's a fitness week. 2s and 3s will be the way.
It seems the spinners have been fairly successful today, with Abtaha bowling a phenomenal spell in the first game today, and again showing this afternoon it's taking a bit of spin already, so it should be interesting this week.
Well, it's interesting to see how the Netherlands really, power play has finished, but they're really keeping all their fielders inside this inner ring here. Go deep point. Deep cover, pardon me. Mid on and mid off are both up. Got ladies right in the crease here. A lot of pressure on here for Sarah Bryce.
Just also, if they can build a few overs here where there's not a lot of runs going, it just sends up that run rate and really puts the pressure back on the batters. You're looking at the scoreboard and you see the run rates going up, 6, 7, 8s, and can nearly bring on wickets in itself.
Run rate slowed down right now. Just on a 5, 6. I think Netherlands will be very happy with that.
And Sarah Bryce has got it in her to get that score, though. She's using her feet very well here, waiting on the ball and keeping it on the ground. So she's looking quite composed.
Every single dot ball here is being met with jubilation.
Last ball, they should really push out 1 or 2 fielders here. They can have 5 out, restrict that boundary, give them the single if needed. Just like 1 out in deep cover.
Another wicket here, and Sarah Bryce departs. A massive wicket here for the Netherlands. It was met with a huge roar around the sideline. It sounded like that was coming from the tent there. The Netherlands, a massive wicket. That's both the Bryce sisters gone. Sarah Bryce smashing her bat in frustration there as she makes her way back, back to the players' tent. Well, 3 wickets now after a flying start for the Scottish batsman. 3 wickets for the Netherlands.
There you go. They don't push out the fielder, leave her in and get her caught. Fantastic.
Well, that roar, that was Coach Sean Trow, who's showing his approval for the side.
Oh, that's good to hear.
How's Dutch cricket at the domestic leagues? How are they going to go?
Well, they're having a reasonable summer. I think it's been affected by the weather, as has all cricket around Europe. But it seems to be going along quite nicely. And then the national team have got a very exciting summer with a lot of cricket after this.
Oh, really?
Which
is this right now?
Is this right?
I'm
Yeah.
sure
This
you've
picture's
talked about this. Yes, that's definitely correct.
Well, it's going to be Rachel Scholes, the new batter at the crease for Scotland. Sweep shot there. I think almost, but again, this shot any of the ground would be easily going for 4, but it's going to be collected there at deep fine leg. Caroline DeLonge looking in tremendous form at the start of this tournament. Like you said, the pitch is turning this much. What's it going to be like with 6 games of cricket in it? Full of delivery there and almost caught. Square leg.
That's Miranda at square leg.
Dove into the front there, did Miranda. But half attempt, I would say. Caroline DeLonge nearly picking up another wicket. Netherlands looking fiery in the field. Well, they'll know that. The Netherlands side will know that. The Bryce sisters have gone. Big opportunity now to grab the victory.
I think it's these dot balls that are doing it as well. They're giving the fielders a lot of energy, and they're backing each other. Very, very loud in the field at the moment.
It's a wonderful shot there by Becky Glenn. Plays the sweep shot. It goes lofted into the air, just played towards deep square leg and picks up 2. And that's going to give a bit of a confidence boost to Becky Glenn, who also hit the winning runs against Germany in that low-scoring affair when they had to chase down 37. They did that with ease within 6 overs. This is a different affair completely. Well, we've chatted about this before. The intent of the fielding side needs to show to try and force errors between the running between the wickets, and right there was definitely a clear run there, but the fielding side, every single one of them off their feet, straight off the mark, looking to maybe force a mistake there.
That's a good pickup by Denise. She's definitely also one of the quicker fielders, and looking to throw it straight back into the keeper, get that pressure up.
So after this tournament, the Dutch play Scotland, Ireland and Thailand in T20I
Quadrangular.
Yeah, nice word.
I like that word.
Series just before they head to they hopefully head to the global qualifiers.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So they've got a great series there, and they've got some matches scheduled, I believe, against Zimbabwe and Bangladesh as well. So it's really exciting to see that much cricket happening this summer for the Dutch women.
And it's just got to be backed up each summer. each summer they've got to be pushing for that 16 mark if they can, and get as many games up as they can. Because I know years ago playing for Ireland, we highlighted that the Australians are playing 35 plus, and obviously we're not going to get that many, but as many as you can. And you just don't want then another season to come along and you've just played 3. You've done all that work and then it dips down again. So just we spoke earlier on, and even to Veronica, about overall, I suppose, European women's cricket just growing, and hopefully in time then you'd see a much bigger European Cup with all of these countries in it.
Yeah, definitely.
On a dropped opportunity there, mid wicket. Trying to outpace the captain. It's a difficult catch. It was high in the air, raised the hands Australian style. Just dropped that, kind of slapped it in front of her. Another opportunity for the Netherlands, and that's gone drop.
But yeah, like you were saying, definitely in future years we're hoping to get more and more European teams competing at this level. It's really encouraging and exciting to see. There's already a lot of countries that are playing bilateral cricket, like that quadrangular series between France, Jersey, Norway and Austria. And alongside that, there's a few friendlies that are happening. There's combined teams happening between countries. So people are working together in Europe to try and get more women into the game and hopefully get more teams to compete at this level.
It's evident, and you can see it, and just even the German side are buzzing to be here because they feel like maybe they've left behind one or two of the countries maybe that are just a little bit below them at the moment, and it's it's a process. They're continually growing, and it's really nice to see. Oh, it could be a mix up here.
This is all part of this. We're just going to see drinks taken at 10 overs here. And, well, this is all part of this tournament. It's all part of the qualification pathway to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in 2020 in Australia. And there is also another exciting initiative. They're trying to have a world record attempt on the final, which is going to be March the 8th at the MCG. And it also coincides with International Women's Day. And they're going to try and set a new attendance record for a female sporting event. The current record is 90,185 people at the FIFA World Cup in 1999. That was a game between USA and China, but the MCG holds over 100,000 people, and they're going to be hoping to break the world record. I think it's a fantastic idea, and what a way to kind of draw in a big crowd for the final.
Will you be there, Esther?
I'm going to try to be.
Me too.
If I can. That would be a phenomenal occasion to be in a stadium of that size for a women's World Cup final. It would be phenomenal. I can't even imagine the atmosphere. I was really disappointed to miss out on the 2017 World Cup final at Lord's, which I was told by people who were there it was the best day of their lives. So hopefully the MCG can top that, and hopefully I'll get to be there for the T20 Women's World Cup final.
Just from being over in Australia, I just said this earlier on, they're building already, and you can feel it. They're really pushing it out amongst all the states and then into the clubs, and I'd say it's going to be a gigantic occasion. It's going to be fantastic.
Just going to see the summary card here. Well, Netherlands 123 for 8 after 20 overs. Scotland 52 for 3 after 10 overs. A great start by Sarah Bryce and Lorna Jack at the start of the innings. Both the Bryce's sisters gone. Lorna Jack departed as well, being dropped and then caught, and it's a fairly easy catch.
I think the big thing there, Ian, is 3 wickets. I think the score is fine. It wouldn't be a problem if there wasn't 3 wickets down. This is going to be a good chase. And again, we highlighted an area maybe in the innings where I think there was 16 overs gone, and we just felt that Scotland were allowing some singles to creep up, and now all of a sudden they reach 1, 2, 3. And 10 overs to go here. That could be the turning point in the first innings, and now the Dutch have really got to put their foot on the pedal, the throat, go for the.
It's a really nice noise into the microphone.
Thank you.
Go for the jugular, were you saying?
Well, you knew what I was saying. Yes.
Cracking stuff here on the live stream of the ICC.
Where else would you get it?
I'm Luke, Kira Metcalf, former Irish international, captained her side on a couple of occasions, and now she's giving that fantastic insight here.
Did you know what I meant?
I know exactly
Well
what you
then.
mean. I just hope the viewers did too. That's my only, because I got to see you attempt to stab your neck there.
Stop.
Oh, great stuff. We're going to see a change of bowling here as well.
Anyway, we want to make people smile too.
Another leggy coming on here, the silver.
Seagers. And it was Esther, you were telling me the tale behind the numbers on the Seagers jerseys.
Yes, the sisters, they both wanted the number 13, but obviously with Heather being the older of the two, she got first pick when she made it into the Dutch team and got picked 13. So when Silver came into the national side, she chose to go with 31 and mirror the number.
I think that displays sibling
That's
rivalry
cute.
right down to a cue.
Well, Isabel Joyce and Cecilia Joyce had 33 and 30 or 44, 33 and 44. There's lots of sisters that have played in the same teams over the years.
Bryces have 17 and 6. Not sure if there's any connection there. A bit more flight on that delivery there by Silver Seagers.
Bit more
Went for
flight
the
and a
reverse
higher shot.
sweep. Did Becky Glenn and didn't quite execute it, but the ball was a bit high for that low shot. See her practicing there.
Well, Esther is just leaving. She hasn't brought any chocolate this week.
Yeah, very disappointing.
Yeah.
We're not getting that 5-star treatment again. That's
Yeah,
a wide
well.
ball there.
We'll be lodging a complaint.
Well, it's probably because you called her out on air.
Yeah.
All fun and games here. What a fantastic final 10 overs we have in store. High ball punished, could be caught, but I wonder, it's given no ball, so Sturkalis with the catch there.
Again, just going back to earlier on when we spoke about maybe some of the younger bowlers coming on, they just need some of the older guys here just to help them.
Well, 19 years old, Silver Seagers. The sister's 22, Heather. But yeah, just a bit of an inexperience coming in here, and it was, you know, the right idea by Becky Glenn to go for the big shot there, but just caught. Well, it was the free hit, and there was a bit of excitement there from the Netherlands squad, probably forgetting it was a free hit, but it was a fantastic stumping. And again, once again, a free hit, and Rachel Scholes deciding to advance down the wicket. Was that a sensible decision?
Well, there's no fear in it, but again, she didn't get anything out of it, so. Again, if this bowler here could just finish her action, she's definitely getting spin out of the wicket. She'll challenge the batters. She has her long on back, cover out, and a deep square leg. So I think her field is set right. Just needs to finish this over strong.
Well, there is so much noise coming from this Netherlands side right now in the field. Really good to see. Great energy. This game at La Manga, beautiful day for cricket. Now advances down the crease there and just pushes that one onto the leg side and grabs a single. That should be the end of the over.
Ian, that's where I feel like Scotland now should recognise this point where they need to push the ones and twos, not leave it till the last couple of overs where, you know, it's really the run rate's pushed up.
Well, 66 runs required off the final 9 overs, if anyone's good at maths. How many balls is that, Kira?
56.
56 balls, I believe.
Just Ian's getting out the calculator to double check.
I trust you. Gust of wind comes again into our commentary position here.
Sturkalis is going to come on to bowl. She might bowl some off spin. Just field. They've put out a cow corner, deep square, long on, and a deep cover. Just taking the pace off the ball, making the batters having to work for their runs. Just again, I think the Dutch would be quite happy if they pick up a few singles here. And it's not...
Well, just being criticised for my maths. I'd like to point out that was Kira's maths. But yeah. 6 times 9. 54.
Did I say 56?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You did.
Sorry. I missed that day in school.
Kind of left you hanging in the cold there. So just looking to grab another single here. Just reverse the strike here and keep rotating.
How many balls are left now? 54.
No, 52. Yeah, it's not to say.
Okay, let's just, we'll leave that part.
Let's just leave that. Well, thanks for getting in touch, Paul. Always needed to get criticised.
I think this is actually a good move by the Dutch. Bringing on Stair, a little bit of change, off spin, and just slowing the run rate down here. Just their fielders backing her up.
And they have really spread this field way out compared to what it was a couple overs ago. They've got a long on. Cow corner, deep square leg.
And the batter just needs to hold her positioning there.
And they are seeing that Rachel Scholes really likes to kind of drive it down the ground. She hasn't played many cut shots so far, and Sarah Bryce was using the feet a lot, but a bit more power hitting from Rachel Scholes. Advances down the crease again. It's stumped. Fails to hit it. And another stumping here. Well, that's Rachel Scholes departing, and it's the 4th wicket for the Netherlands. Drinks are being ran on here, and all of a sudden, wickets in hand number is falling very sharply here for Scotland. Fantastic bit of keeping behind the stumps. They grab their 4th.
I think Holland have definitely done their homework here on the Scottish team. They've got some things really right here today. And we just need to see the Scots come out and take on the bowlers a little. Have a look where the field is and really turn those 1s into 2s, not leaving too much work to do. With a couple of overs to go. Still quite a lot of overs. It's a lot of batting left here.
Well, Brianna Chatterjee is going to be the new batsman in the 25-year-old here. She's bowled very well in the tournament so far, but she's going to have to produce with a bat for Scotland. They're to get over the line here. 63 runs still required. 8.1 overs. They're really going to have to push on. Netherlands starting to get a stranglehold on this game here. Really turned up another gear, I'd have to say, in the latter stages of this innings.
I suppose as well, coming into the scene, they were fresh. Their first game. This is Scotland's second game, and although the first game mightn't have challenged them that much, you're still switched on, from the minute you wake up in the morning. You finish the game, you cool down, you go have some food, and you've got to re-switch on again. And that is a skill in itself, so...
That's the end of the over now. 61 for 4. They managed to get a wicket. Well, 62 for 4, pardon me, after 12 overs. So 62 runs required from the final 8 overs. Could be a thrilling finish in store here. Scotland versus the Netherlands, the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Kira, let's hear your thoughts. You're chuckling. You're chuckling like I set you up.
You always do.
I always going to set you up.
Oh, the leggy coming again off this end.
And this is Silver Seegers again.
Yeah.
Now, 19 years old, bowling attack. It's been the older ones that are performing the bat, and the younger ones are performing with the ball right now. Fantastic start. A lot of pace on that delivery by Silver Seegers. Met with a fantastic cheer and response from her fellow teammates in the field. Wonderful to hear here from the Netherlands. And there's no fielder there, so Chatterjee having another run there. I'm just seeing they're just moving a couple fielders around here. And we're going to have, I've just put a fine leg here for Becky Glenn. Just a square drive. Silver Seegers does a collecting. Deep point. Full delivery there, and that's hit hard. There is a fielder at cow corner.
It's been called a no ball.
No ball, it was very high. Full delivery, we've seen a couple of those today. And there's the rodeo signal there for the free hit. Cotton Eye Joe impression there from the umpire. It always brings me joy. I do love that one. It's been distributed a couple of times today. So I wonder what Becky Glenn's going to do here. Just put the fielder out into the boundary. That's Denise and Devon Terre standing at long on. Tried to go hard, and that's a wonderful sweep shot. That could run away. They're going to keep running them up, and they're going to run two there. Becky Glenn, fantastic sweep shot round to deep fine leg, and just picks up two on the free hit. Silver Seeger here, 19-year-old. The leggies have really performed today. Oh, and hits the stumps. We'll just miss the back there. Just bounced off the keeper's pad and Babette Deled behind reverse sweep and flies into the helmet of Becky Glenn. That one looked like it hurt a little bit. She's tried the reverse sweep a couple times today, Kira, and it's not quite been executed well. Well, 68 for 4, 56 runs required from the final 7 overs here in La Manga. Scotland versus the Netherlands. It's the second game of 6 here in the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. This is the qualification pathway for 2 different tournaments. One will get you to Scotland for the global qualifier, where you'll be facing the likes of Ireland. Scotland have got a place. Bangladesh, Thailand, USA, PNG. Possibly one of these 2 sides. Well, one of either Germany
Zimbabwe.
and also Zimbabwe, pardon me. And also place the global qualifier for the Women's Cricket World Cup. Yet decided location and date. And there could have been a stumping there. Chatterjee had her foot back. I bet Lader well behind the stumps. Very quick responses.
Yeah, she's had a few really nice takes, and also her stance and stuff. She looks like a good keeper who's really working hard on her skill.
Well, 19 years old. Seeing the youngsters really impressing here for the Netherlands. It's great to see. It's a wind. Comes in hard into our commentary position here, just blowing all the sunblock away. It's like they want me to get sunburned. Full delivery. Wow, it's a really nice bit of bowling there.
It's an awkward length, and I think she needs to commit fully to that sweep and just get her head a little bit forward.
Same again, and now she does fully commit to that one. And runs away for 4. Wonderful shot from Chatterjee. She did fully commit to that sweep shot. She leant forward, a filler delivery once again. Stepped forward, strode, and just went right through the middle of the 2 fielders. Out on the boundary there. 4 runs onto Scotland's score there. We're into the 70s.
Again, good bowling. Dot ball. Definitely taking pace off the ball has worked for the Dutch.
They require a run rate of 8.6. 52 required now. Of the 6 over 72 for 4 of 14. Netherlands 123 for 8 from their 20 overs. A fantastic knock by the top order.
They still have 2 overs to come from Iris, the other leg spinner as well, which could come into play. Or, my bad. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong names here.
It's alright.
I can't see the numbers.
Hit hard, and
gonna
that could be.
A no ball.
It's going to run away. It just missed the boundary there for 4. It just bounced. 1 bounce over. If it had another inch, it would have gone for 6. We're going to see another free hit here. That was a strong shot high in the air by Becky Glenn there. Well, that's 2 boundaries in the 2 overs so far, and it's going to be a free hit. I do wonder what Becky Glenn's going to do here. We've seen the free hits approached in different ways. I think she's going to go hard. They understand the run rate needs to increase here. Strong, driven hard along the ground. Misses the bowler.
That's good. Again, free hit, no run. I think she's a fielder out at deep square, a fielder out at deep cover. She is allowed more fielders out if she needed to, you know, give her some more protection.
Hit high, and that's going over the head of the fielder at mid-on. It's going to run away, and I think it's going to be another boundary. And they are meeting that required run rate now. Becky Glenn with some wonderful hitting, straight hitting over. That's mid-off.
And that's just exactly what I'm talking about there. Drop your mid-on or mid-off, decide, you know, what your bowling line is, but that could have been a catch. Just these little things that they need to react a little bit quicker. This is the part now, the business end.
Denise Van Deventer now stepping into long off position as they look, and there could be a run out here, direct here, and that's the end of Becky Glenn. Confusion in the middle. She looked at Chatterjee to ask why she didn't run there, and it's another wicket.
Do you know what's actually funny, Ian? They put out a long off here, which took away that shot because they'd played 2 over, and all of a sudden she was forced to play a different shot and it brought on the run out.
Well, there was a refusal to run there by Chatterjee. Becky Glenn not happy with the decision there. She's taking the long, well, very quick walk back to the tent. A couple 4s. That's a very different game now for Scotland. They look to be building momentum. 81 for 5 now is going to be the score. She's being applauded into the tent, but Chatterjee refused to run there. Didn't see the run on, and by the time the no was called, the fielder returned the ball into the hands of Deleda. And the stumps were off, when the bails were off. It's the 5th wicket. 81 for 5 now on the 15th over. Still the 43 runs required. Just going to see the new batter at the crease here. And Katie McGill, the new batter at the crease for Scotland. Well, 43 runs required. 3 balls and 5 overs. Could we see a tense finish here? What are you feeling, Kira? Tell me. Push forward back here. They're going to run a single here. Again, Chatterjee just caught ball watching a little bit at the bowler's end.
Yeah.
Not quite lightning off the mark, and Katie McGill pushed that forward. There was definite single there.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Like, Stair Callis has got to be running the right lines there. They have this mid-off back now. It's covered. It's allowing the bowler to toss it up a little bit.
Stair Callis doing the receiving there at extra cover.
They're just reading the game just a little bit better here, the Dutch. They just need to stay sharp. Make sure their captain's pretty active. T20 is all about just reaction.
It just finds the net there. They're going to run a single. Well, they're not. Collected.
So Ian, just like we spoke a couple of overs ago, these 1s and 2s now, this is where they count. This is going to be a big ending.
Just seeing the wind blast our commentary position once again. 42 required here. The final 5 overs. Cameraman gets a little bit of refreshment. It's been a baking hot Sunday. Baking hot Sunday, no, a baking hot day in the sun.
Okay, stay with us. Stay with us.
See, it's the heat. The heat's getting to me. It's La Manga sun. 42 required. 82 for 5. Keenan McGill slashes one away. Down into covers.
I think Stairs just got to flight that up a little bit more. That's just too easy for the batter just to rotate the strike. And this over, Stairs pushed out all her fielders, using all the fielders she can have out.
Let's find the boundary a couple times. It's over. Just a dead ball there. It's the signal. Something just happened. The batter's end is Chandler's users looking to get comfortable here. Hit hard into cow corner. I want to see the signal. And it's going to be 4. It looked like it was 6, but it bounced just again on the boundary. Really good hitting there from Chatterjee. Grabs another boundary. 4 more onto the scorecard here.
She connected with that well. I really thought that was gone over for 6. Really good shot.
37 required now. Once you get into them 20s, it's a different story. Under 35, you know, Scotland will feel confident. Chatterjee and McGill at the crease. Slashed away again. That's going to fly away to deep cover. They're going to run 2 here. They got to run 2. McGill, a little hesitation in the middle, and it's straight in. Well, they managed to run 2. There was hesitation at the crease there, but they secured the 2. 7 off the over so far. 89 for 5. 35 required. And a wide ball. And another one. That's the required run rate, mate. 8 off the over. This is going to be a very tight finish indeed here in the second game. Plays the cut shot again, but just found the fielder.
Good, and movement off the ball behind, back in the wicketkeeper. Really good.
90 for 5. 34 required. Slow Callis here. Just being hit around a little bit. She tried to go big again. That's going to find the fielder at long on, but it just bounces before. And just grabs a single. Katie McGill again, keen for a second there, but Chatterjee knew there wasn't a run. Exciting finish here against Netherlands and Scotland. 1 to come in the over. Or is there 2? We're just going to see the update. Oh, it should just be the 1. Yeah, 1 to come. 91 for 5. Just pushed away. That's a dot ball to finish there.
Good work. You could see it. Girl at 45 was reading the ball off the bat. Really good work.
Well,
Just getting
good over there for Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they just need to get the right bowlers on here now. I think with the bowlers they've used, they will have kind of saved up maybe a little bit of time in the back end just to make sure the field is set correctly. Bowlers, the right bowlers, come on. Just make sure they use those. Holland use all the fielders they can have out. Let's see what Scotland can do. It's gonna. As you said earlier on, Ian, the ball is sat up. We haven't seen many 4s. Ian, are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous. It's a very exciting finish here.
Yeah, well, you love exciting games.
I do, and we've been treated to a
we
couple
have,
together,
absolutely.
haven't we? In Guernsey, and now here in Spain, ICC's decision to stream these games live, the regional games, the first time with commentary. So we're going to see Caroline DeLonga making an appearance again, and I think this is excellent captaincy here from Juliette Post. Well,
I agree with you, Ian. I just think just that girl ran onto the ball very well. There's got to be no singles in the circle. We're going to force Scotland to make a few big shots.
Swilling there, standing at backward point, and they kind of have a gully point player there. Goes for the sweep shot. It's gone high in the air. There's no fielder there at square leg, so it's going to land safely. And they're going to run the single, so that's 1 off the over so far. 32 required now. 3.4.
Just again on the running, Ian. I'd like to see the batter just really tip in and just show intent that she's going to try run the second the next time.
Just diving again, a dot ball inside the circle, like you said, every single dot ball, and it's being met with a massive applause from the Netherlands here. They know every single dot ball is worth its weight in gold at this stage of the game. Tries the ramp shot, goes over the top. They should grab one here. That's good. They look for two and they just grab another. Ambitious shot there from Katie McGill, but executed well.
Yeah, and maybe on another ground the ball would have ran off, which might have got 2 or 3. But unfortunately, this is like a bit like a golf course in the sense the ball's just plugging on the outfield and doesn't travel on.
Just bounces. It's like a sponge. Just cut away. Could grab 2 here, and just the 1. Really good fielding from the Netherlands. Silver Seeger's doing the fielding there at deep cover. Well, 94 for 5. 30 required. Probably the final. There's a flyer tags Kira in the commentary box.
Sorry.
Off the pad there. They're going to run a single. They could run 2 if they wanted to, but they're only going to be happy with a single there. Another one. And that's 4 off the over.
I actually have to see that again. Did she appeal for that?
No, I just kind of think it glanced down the... It's very confusing. Well, 4 off the over, 95 for 5 now. 29 required off the final 3 overs. A thrilling finish here. Scotland versus the Netherlands. The second game of the 6 that are going to be played in this ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Live here in La Manga. Ian Leggett and Kira Metcalf on commentary for you. We will be all week. These 3 teams battling it out for a place. The global qualifier in Scotland. Played at Arbroath and Forfarshire later on in the year, late August into September. Advances down the crease. Picked up by long on, just a single.
That's actually well bowled, Ian, and the field is set right. Just everyone in the circle has got to be ready to cut off that single. Boundary riders as well. This is going to be an interesting chase here for Scotland. There's plenty of gaps though.
Tries a reverse sweep, executes it well. Any other ground, it probably run a run. Katie McGill way faster than Chatterjee in the middle. It could have ran the 2 there.
Yep.
But again, I think they're going to have to go for these 2s eventually.
They will, and do you know what? You just don't want it to be left till the 18, 19 over, and it's just not possible then. If it's not that high of a risk, take it on.
Advances down the crease and just hits a single. They could run 2 here. Again, just going to go for the 1 picked up at long on. Another single. That's 3 in the over so far. 98 now for 5 in the 18th. 26 going to be required now. Can Scotland do this? Can the Netherlands hold on? Tries to hit hard. Rolls past the keeper. Could pick up 2. They're going to run Katie. Oh, Katie called for 2 there. Katie McGill getting faster between the wickets. It's happened a couple times now. They do pick up another single, importantly. The required run rate is 10.4 now. They're going to have to go for the boundary. You're going to have to think.
You've got to figure out if you're running to the danger end or, communicate to each other and really take it on.
Tries to hit that hard, but that's straight to the fielder at extra cover.
Well, the Dutch have done well to pull this back in the middle overs, get some wickets and really force this game to go down to a tight close.
Reverse sweep now. Tried to run the single and no. Well, this has been a good finish there by Sturkalis. 2 dot balls after going for 4. Well, 2 overs to go and 25 required here in the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019, live from La Manga. Well, it's been a very good game of cricket. We knew it would be an exciting one. 99 for 5. 25 required from the final 2. What a finish we have in store.
And lots of chats happening here, getting the right fielders in the right spots. Looks like we're going to have a change of bowling this end. Hannah Land here.
Hannah Land here. The 16-year-old. Pressure situation here. Netherlands looking to grab their first victory in the qualifiers. Oh, in this tournament, sorry. They've paved their way to possible position in the global qualifiers in Scotland. Scotland looking to get their second win of the day. Hit hard. There is a field. Denise could be the catch. Just bounces and it's going to roll away for 4. And that's a boundary. Big cheer there from the Scotland 10. Well, that was unfortunate. I thought Denise van Deventer was going to get that, but it just bounced right in front of her hand. She kind of slipped on the grass and it rolled past her for 4. 4 to start the over. 103 for 5. It's gone hard again. Slap, straight hit down the ground. Denise van Deventer is on it. Long on, and just a single now. 5 off the over for Scotland. 20 required now.
Yeah, I just think that previous ball, she got caught in 2 minds. You know, your first movement has got to be really quick to get under the ball. And then her feet went from under, and unfortunately the ball had just gone past her at that stage. That's very unlucky. Captain just moving the field again. Pushing out a deep cover. Bringing mid-on and mid-off up. Got a deep cow. And a deep square leg. And a deep third man.
Tries the ramp shot. Chatterjee, there should be 2 here. Katie McGill keen to run 2. They're going to run 2. And that's really good running between the wickets there. Could have been a run out. Direct hit could have been out. They've given it.
Wow.
And that's the end of Chatterjee. It was a direct hit. What a brilliant piece of fielding there from the Netherlands.
Wow.
Lost for breath. That's the end of Chatterjee. No, it's the end of Katie McGill. Pardon me.
It's Katie McGill.
We get it on. They ran between the wickets. They wanted the 2 there. It was probably the right decision at this circumstance in the game, but it was a brilliant piece of fielding. A direct hit. Questioned by the umpire whether it was out, but he raised his finger, and that spells the end of Katie McGill in this thrilling run chase. 1.4 deliveries to go.
You could see how much that meant to the Dutch team. They all rallied around the young fielder. This has been a great game so far, and anything can happen now. Who holds their nerve?
Well, who does hold their nerve?
Ian, did you get some water there?
I did.
Are you okay?
I am. I'm fine. I just exciting cricket. Exciting cricket. Yeah. This is why we love the game.
That's absolutely.
Well, Ruth Willis is the new batter at the crease for Scotland. In with Chatterjee.
Again, that batter, or that fielder that came across and got that run out was actually coming from third man. And came across and fielded all the way to near 45. So, fantastic piece of fielding.
The wind is picked up here at Romanga. 19 required now for Scotland to secure what would be an unbelievable victory against the Netherlands. They've really chased this down, but it's been a fantastic game of cricket here. We've really been treated. And wide ball. The signal by the umpire. Chatterjee, 23 from 23 deliveries. Lots of hands on head by the Scotland supporters so far. Driven hard, and it's going to go over the head of long on. It might run away. No, it just pitches up. They're going to run 2 here. Another 2 direct hit could have been out, but that's really good running in the middle by Scotsmen, being met with big applause there from the Scotland contingent over in their tent to the left of us. Another 2.
I think if Denise had been out in the boundary, she wouldn't have made the catch, or, you know, vice versa. Yeah,
Kind of in no man's land.
Yeah. But again, I think that's something they need to look at. They're maybe a little bit afraid to push them fielders back.
16 required of the 8 deliveries to come. Can Scotland do this? A couple boundaries, possibly, but can the Netherlands hold on? They've played very well in this game. Hit through the covers there. Found a gap there. They're going to run 2. Quick between the wickets. Ruth Willis, fantastic start. 4 of her 2 deliveries. A really well accurate shot there. 1 to come in the over here. 16-year-old Hannah Londier. Her final delivery of the game. Opens the bat up to that. Really nice batting. And again, they could run 2, but I'm not sure if they're going to risk it. They're not. And another, just a single to finish off the over there. Well, it's going to be 13 required off the final over here to score 111 for 6. at the end of 19 overs. What a thrilling finish we have in store for you here. If you're tuning in, welcome to coverage of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Scotland won the toss, elected to bowl first. Netherlands, a fantastic innings, really measured, really controlled, led by Ster Callis and Denise van Deventer at the top of the order. They finished on 123 for 8 after 20 overs. They struck Sarah Bryce and Lorna Drake after a flying start for Scotland, but then they got the quick wickets of the Bryce sisters. Catherine Bryce, the captain, departing as well for 2. Got Sarah Bryce out, Lorna Jack departed. Priyana Chatterjee has led the charge here in the run chase. 13 required of 6 legal deliveries for a win here to make it 2 from 2 in this tournament for Scotland after securing an 8-wicket win over Germany this morning.
Just interest in this, they've no cover on the leg whatsoever. Adjusting the field here. They have a third man. Point, cover, deep extra cover, mid off, long on, cow, and mid wicket.
They've got to go for the boundary here. 13 required, I think. Well, I think they have to go for the boundary. 13 definitely required. And a dot ball to begin the over. A fantastic start here for the Netherlands.
Again, just a mention to the keeper. I think she's done really well behind the stumps.
Eva Seegers bowling the final over. The 22-year-old.
The keeper's definitely got a presence for such a young keeper. She's doing very well.
And a wise the signal now. 12 needed for Scotland. 5 deliveries. 12 needed. Just being in the middle. Having a little conversation here, but like you said, the field all the way out on the boundary. The Scotland fans, travelling contingent here to La Manga. Plenty of flags around the ground. Hit hard. And into the hands, it's a wicket! And that spells the end of Ruth Willis. Her little cameo, she departs for 5 and it went straight into the hands of the fielder at mid-off. Another one down. And Chatterjee stands in the middle of the crease. 12 needed of 4 deliveries.
Good pressure. I suppose the batter just had to do that at this stage anyway, but just didn't get enough of it. And they've packed the offside.
Well, it was a pretty rudimental catch. Mid-off, like you said, the right idea. It's going to be 18-year-old Megan McCall, the new batter at the crease. But it's going to be Priyana Chatterjee facing now. She's hit a couple boundaries in her knock of 23. Couple down at cow corner, but they have got someone down at cow corner. Right on the boundary rope. 12 needed. Driven hard. Caught and bowled! Oh no. Oh, they look for the stumping, pardon me. Well, that's the end of it. Well, Priyana looks as if she's walking.
I think he's trying to figure out.
Bit of confusion.
Yeah.
They've given it! And they've actually given the stumping, so it wasn't the caught and bowled. Apologies in the commentary box, but Megan McCall departs now after being stumped. The umpire just had to clear that one up.
Yeah, and I think he was clearing up what they were actually appealing for.
Well, 2 from 2 there in this final over. It's going to be 12 needed off the final 3 deliveries. It looked as if it was caught and bowled, but the ball definitely bounced. And then the quick hands of Heather Seegers there gets the stumping. That is another wicket down for Scotland. And Netherlands in full control of this final over. 12 needed off the final 3 deliveries here in La Manga. As Samantha Hago is the new batter at the crease for Scotland. An exciting finish here in La Manga. A wonderful game of cricket, Kira, we've been treated to. She nods her head in agreement. Tries to go big and it could be caught. Just falls short of the mid-off and just a single there. Well, 11 needed now. Sam Hago is going to be facing her first, and this has been a fantastic over from Heather Seegers. It's been a really nice line.
It's been a good final over. Again, we spoke about depth bowling. It's not an easy thing. She just got her field set correctly and really backed herself up.
2 balls to come as the signal from the umpire. 11 needed. Advances down the crease, and they've got to run for 2, but they're only going to run the 1. Well, now it's just 10 off the final ball. The Netherlands looking like they've secured this victory. 114 for 8, 1 to come. She's gone massive, but I think it's going to be caught at cow corner, and it's spilled. And they run the 2. And that's the end. And Netherlands grabbed the victory over Scotland here. A fantastic game of cricket. A run chase right down to the wire. But what a brilliant game of cricket, Kira.
Fantastic. And you can see how much it means to the Dutch team. They're jumping around and celebrating. I think they've surprised Scotland a little bit with how they approached them here today.
Well, we're going to do our summary here. It went right down to the final over. It's going to be an 8-run victory for the Netherlands. What a fantastic day of cricket we've had at La Manga. We've had one game where we saw a German side new to the international arena display energy and enthusiasm, and then we've saw 2 heavyweights of women's international cricket in Europe go toe-to-toe in the second game of this ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. We're just going to take a look at the batting card for Scotland and just talk you through this. Well, it was a fiery start from Sarah Bryce and Lorna Jack, 21 for Sarah Bryce. Eventually, Seegers got the wicket there, Heather Seegers actually, and Lorna Jack departed after being dropped and then suddenly facing the next ball and going there, and Catherine Bryce a big wicket again for the Netherlands, and we saw Becky Glenn appear with the bat again, hitting a nice 23, but a confusion in the middle with Chatterjee caused the run out there. It was Chatterjee that went on to get 26 off 26.
Just on that, Ian, just before we break it up there, if you look at Scotland as well, there was 22 extras from the Dutch team, so Scotland will be disappointed with that. They'll have to have a look at how they approached that batting. I don't think they got it right, but in fairness, Holland put together an overall game and, you know, kind of tried to reply to them in each area.
Well, we're just seeing the Netherlands bowling card here, and I think we've seen a young bowling unit perform very well under pressure, as you just see the Netherlands celebrating the distance over there. Well, Hannah Lamtier bowling that final over. The economy rates are not the best to look at in some sense, but Heather Seegers, 2 wickets, 10 runs from her 4 overs, and including 1 maiden, the real star of the show there for Netherlands.
Just on both innings, sorry, I just wanted, all teams will need to have a look at their extras, because 22 extras is definitely game changing, especially in a T20 game.
So was there a point in which Scotland lost that? Was it the wicket of Becky Glenn, or was it too little too late at the end there?
Or the run out of one of the Bryce sisters could have been a big moment as well, yeah, but I think just Holland came out, it seemed as if they wanted it a little bit more today. And Scotland have just been, I think, taken by a little bit by surprise by Holland.
It's a fantastic day of cricket, and we've seen a lot of action in this opening encounter here, and we're just going to remind you that we've got another 2 days of cricket ahead of us at La Manga. All games will be streamed live and commentary from ourselves. Hopefully you won't be too sick and tired of our voices by the end of this. This has been Ian Leggett and Kieran Metcalf with another thrilling game of cricket here in La Manga. We're going to leave you as Netherlands secure their first victory of this tournament over Scotland. Both 1 apiece now. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.